Throw gang, we are joined by the media mommy. She got that dog mom in her. The Virginia Beach bad bitch. Yeah, she's getting laid off. Your top stunk, she pop punk. The emo money, emo problems princess. You rinsed, she severance. Oh, you're a meaty mogul? How about you gulp these nuts? She a free agent, call her Shohei Hotani. She got her roster, that's the real AV club. Call her Rav because she dropped the Klein. She must be a mid-90s TV sitcom centered around the lives of 6 New York City African-American friends living in a brownstone in Prospect Heights, Brooklyn because she's living single. Oh, you like Queen Latifah? How about you Queen Latifah? Fuck out of here with these fuckboys. Alyssa Vingan. Alyssa, how the hell are you?
Oh my God, I'm great now. Thank you.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. I need a cigarette.
I know. Oh, fuck. I need a Xanax.
Alyssa, darling, how are you?
Filled with regret, but otherwise great.
Already? It's been 1 minute, not even.
No, I'm really happy to be here. Thank you for having me back.
On.
It's been a while.
It's been a very oft requested episode.
Oh, really?
The queen is back, so strap
the bitch is back.
in.
And we had to wait until...
I don't want to call you a bitch.
It's okay. I'll do it myself.
We had to wait until you had so much to talk about.
Yeah, I think it's been almost 4 years
Wow.
since I've been on the pod.
You're the 5th episode of Throwing Fits.
That's
it up.
fucking
wow.
crazy.
So is that
guest
like
episode.
20... Wait, no. 2020. 2020.
Yeah.
Okay.
But before COVID, right?
And
Or
also, I was
Yeah.
on the prior project.
Previous podcast, never there's
Yeah.
named.
We were on the Fashionista pod as well.
Yes. I don't think that's the thing anymore. R.I.P.
Is Fashion still around?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still trucking. I miss
But
that
no
place.
podcast.
No podcast.
Well, when the
but
talent leaves, who's going to host it? I don't know.
But yeah, I've lived many lives since I was here
And
last.
we're here to talk about all of it.
Yeah.
we want to catch up because we have so much to cover. But before we do, let's do a little fit check, Alyssa. And the
Okay.
choice for you is we do like to start top down or bottom up. The choice is yours.
I forget which one means I'm a cop.
You have a 50% chance, so go
All
for
right.
it.
Let's go top down. Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Mrs.
Well,
Officer.
Yeah.
Okay. Off to a great start here. I'm wearing
Rip
an
roaring.
and daughter sweater cardigan.
Mhm.
I think
Very
this
festive.
is a
Very Love
Lemaire Uniqlo t-shirt.
Uniqlo U.
Uniqlo U.
What about the big old
Okay.
coat?
The big coat, Michelle Waugh. It's from a few years ago. It's a beautiful
familiar.
coat.
When we were descending
Um,
the staircase after taking our gorgeous rooftop flick, it was like dragging behind you.
I know, it's
You're
very
like, fuck
dramatic.
it. I know, it's like a queen, dude.
I got my Cartier watch on.
Ooh, that's right.
And then I'm wearing Nell Atelier jeans. It's a new brand. It's launching this week for
Okay.
petite ladies who are
Oh.
under 5'4" like me. And then I have my Proenza Schooler platforms,
What
which
about the socks?
I don't know who makes these socks.
What about the rings? What about the earrings?
The ring and the earrings are J. Hannah. This ring is Catbird. I think that's it. I think
What
it
about
covers
the
it.
Bra, panties?
Yeah. The good
I'm wearing a cup bra.
Okay.
shit. Oh, nice.
I don't know what my
I've seen them
panties
on
are.
the
I'm
subway.
sorry.
I want a CUP.
Yeah.
And a cup bra and the panties are...
I don't know.
Unknown.
Sorry.
Use your imagination, kids.
Stop it, Lawrence. Stop it. And you're sipping on a Coke Zero,
I
like
am.
Raf after dropping the Klein.
Yeah. That's
A glass of Greenpoint's finest.
Yeah. Okay.
Fit check, drink check, complete.
Let's
Alyssa,
fucking do it.
Mm-hmm.
was 2023 the worst year of your life?
No.
Second worst?
No.
Third worst?
No. 2023 has been pretty good.
We up.
Okay.
Yeah. We've had some setbacks.
Okay.
Right.
I will just go put it out there. I got laid off from my job
Mm-hmm.
in September. That was not fun, but
You made it 75% of the way through.
Yeah.
yeah. And also I just feel like in the grand scheme of shitty things that have happened to me in the last decade, it's not really. even
Minor
close.
setbacks for setting you up for a major comeback,
That's
dude.
yeah. And that's kind of why I wanted to come back today.
Also, like, I think that the smart thing to do when you do get laid off is to, and also break up similarly, is like announce it to the world or let it be known. So that
Yeah.
people know that you're a free agent like Shohei Hotani. What was the first thing that went through your head though when you got the axe?
It's a good question because I was kind of in a daze when it happened. I don't know if either of you've been laid off, right?
Yeah. It was awesome.
I've had
It
a
ruled.
pushed out thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know as far as like literally getting the guillotine, you know?
You know,
Give us free.
I was
Damn, I should have made that
I
quote.
was blindsided, did not see it coming. It was on the last day of, well, it was 2 days after the last day of New York Fashion Week. So I had just done like the whole Fashion Week
come
thing.
on.
They should have laid you off before Fashion Week. Then you could have
I'm
fucking
kind of
chilled.
glad that they, held out.
One last ride.
Yeah, one last ride. Well,
No.
I'm going to take a little breather, but it was a mind fuck for sure. And look, I understand it's not personal. Companies shift strategy all the time, but it took a toll on my confidence. Obviously,
Okay.
I was very, embarrassed.
Really?
Yeah.
Like for yourself?
Yeah. I know.
They
These
should
are
be
things
embarrassed.
these are things I work on in therapy. So,
Right.
it felt like it was a reflection on me. And it took me a couple of weeks to push past that. But once I did, I feel free. I feel great. I
The
feel
shackles are
lighter.
off.
Yeah. And I feel like,
You and Nelly Furtado, you're free like a bird.
I am. And like, I know you're going to get into this, but I also got divorced since the last time I came on the pod. And
This year?
No, I got divorced in 2020.
Okay.
So that's been a little bit of time. But
Major
I would
life
say
changes, though, regardless.
yeah, I
The
mean,
roaring 20s are off to a
I know.
roaring start for you.
I would say that they both similarly affected my confidence in different ways.
Oh my
The
God, imagine
divorce.
if you hadn't gotten divorced and had to go through pandemic.
Oh, I mean, we can talk about this later. But like part of the reason I left my marriage when I did was because we were stuck in that apartment together. It was like, this had to happen. It wasn't a pandemic divorce, but the pandemic definitely exacerbated it.
I'm going to Miami.
The writing was on the wall.
Yes.
Got Wait, would you say, okay, you're talking about all of these things affecting your confidence. Would you
Yeah.
say that your cruising altitude normally is as like a very confident person?
I wish I could say yes to that.
Okay.
I feel like I'm a little sheepish generally. And for whatever reason, I'm not as confident in myself often as I should. The most confident I've ever felt at work was at Fashionista. And I feel like it's because...
You're the boss bitch.
But also,
The EIC
we
MVP.
all were like very clearly on the same team.
Right.
Building something together
Yeah.
from the ground up.
Yeah, and
What?
I feel like that's a rare thing to find in a work environment, especially like a
women.
corporate one. No, I was.
Excuse me, bitches.
You said that, not me. Like
I'm not on camera here.
a corporate environment. So,
Sure.
it really took a toll. And again, like I think subconsciously I saw it coming, not necessarily like my job, but obviously digital media in the last 5 or so years has been a real roller
of rat
coaster.
fuckery?
Yeah. So I was like, I'm not special. I think anybody who thinks they are safe and irreplaceable
It ain't
is
safe
showing
for the
like
block.
a really dangerous level of hubris. That's honestly what I think.
What has been, and just off the top, if you could think of anything, what's been a confidence booster for you when you've kind of hit these kind of valleys of self-worth?
I would say that I really show up for myself. Like even in the days after I got laid off, like I did not miss a day at the gym or like
Let's go.
I have I would say in my post-divorce life, I've made very solid friendships because I'm very vulnerable with all my friends. And also there was, again, we'll get into this, but there was a lot of dishonesty and just kind of weirdness in my marriage that made it very stressful. And so I am over communicative now and I
Love it.
always like share what's going on with me. And
Yeah, she
I've
does.
had people like really step up to the plate and like
Hell yeah.
validate me, like my feelings and just kind of want to see me be happy. And that's been really great. I'm not, I live, shout out Bryn Wallner. I live in her neighborhood. And one of the days after I got laid off, I texted her like, are you around? I need a hug.
Right.
And she wasn't around, but like, that's kind of how I am. She's like,
Yeah.
I'm not in the state.
Fellas, log on to get onto Alyssa's IG and give her
Yeah.
leave a hug emoji.
Yeah,
Love
and,
that.
and Bryn, if you're listening, show the fuck up next time. What the hell?
Wait, so Alyssa, are we so back? Is she so back?
Oh, I am so back.
Hell
The bitch
yeah.
is back.
I am.
bitch is back.
This is like step one of my comeback tour,
Back
I
again.
think. Yeah. But I needed a minute to just be. I've also kind of had to retrain my brain. I don't know if we wanted to get into this right away, but just like
Into your brain? Let's go. That's what we're
my
here.
We're
brain.
gonna get inside of you.
But I think over the past 10 years, just working in digital, I've had to start thinking in a way that I don't really like.
How many clicks will this get?
How many clicks will this get? Does this have viral potential? Will people read this because this person doesn't have X amount of followers? Like,
Is that a toxic way of approaching?
I
like-
absolutely
Yes.
think it's ruined my brain.
Yeah.
I've been
you read the Throwing Fits handbook.
It's been kind of a dream not to be online every day. I've taken a step back. I don't have to be in Slack anymore. And I've always told people that if I do end up in hell, the soundtrack of hell for me will be the Slack chirp.
Dude, it's fucking panic inducing.
It is. And
what's your screen time these days?
Let's see.
I actually don't have it on.
Oh, smart.
It doesn't measure?
Damn.
I
Is that
don't.
automatic?
I don't want
Okay.
to know.
What's your passcode? I can try to figure it out for you.
No, thank you. Ironically, though, I did dump my therapist a month before I got laid off.
Damn.
So I've been like raw dogging this.
Oh, you haven't been hitting
No.
the brain doctor?
No.
Damn.
Wow.
We hit like a nice parting point. I had been with her for almost 7 full years.
And you're like, bitch, you're
And I was like,
not, you're not doing it for me.
Like, I'm cured. And then,
I'm on top of the world. I don't need you anymore.
Surprise.
How did that go, breaking up with your therapist? When she was like, you should not do this because you're not ready and I need more
No,
money?
she actually was, I think she saw it coming because the frequency of visits was in decline. And I got to a point where I was just like, there's some things that I want to work on that I don't think, these are not the things I came to you for, but the things that I did come to you for, you have helped me get through. Like, she helped me through the hardest part of my life for sure.
Sorry,
Like,
bitch.
the reason that I sought her out was because she specializes in young adult cancer survivorship.
Right.
I don't know if your listeners know, I had cancer when I was 21.
Was
I
that
never,
the worst year of your life?
for sure.
Okay.
That was definitely
Number one.
Number one.
The woe year.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got it.
we got it. And that was like 2008, 9, 10,
Right.
like
Damn.
that
Obama.
kind of.
You were crazy young. Thanks,
Obama administration.
Fucking
But yeah, that was a weird year because every day, the entire objective of that day was to not die.
right.
Don't die.
And I didn't. I threw up a lot.
That's right.
I
still
lost
here.
all of my hair. I could barely walk some days. But yeah, I don't
Sounds
ever
like
think
Lawrence on a Saturday.
The hair included.
My hair obviously grew back
Lusciously.
lusciously.
Maybe add.
What was I talking about?
No,
oh yeah.
breaking up with my
therapist. So
But
I
breaking up with
never
them
really
properly.
dealt with that trauma because what they do when you are a 21-year-old cancer patient is they're like, you should go to support groups.
Mhm.
And the people in the support groups were like older than my parents. And it just like didn't really, I mean, I don't think it's like that now.
We've seen
But
Fight Club.
it was just not the vibe. So
Like,
I didn't do
too hot for
anything.
this.
Too
young
they,
and too
they
hot for
all
this
just like
support
looked at me
group.
with pity.
Oh,
And that was like not what I needed.
That is not great. No.
They're like, oh, you're young enough to be my granddaughter. I'm like,
Oof.
fuck.
Yikes.
I know. So I was maybe dealing with that in an unhealthy way. And
Right.
also around the time that was happening, when I was
Obama.
dealing it with my cancer survivorship in an unhealthy way is when my marriage started to fall apart. So I think in 2016 is when I got into therapy and yeah, it changed my life
Obama.
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm
you were cured, obviously. So yeah.
Obama left. The Obama administration was the worst time. It was the worst period of your
Wait, was
life.
Obama your
Jesus.
therapist?
Oh my God. But I
Do you see
I
therapy
think-
in your future again?
I do, but I think that there's some things
When you have health care.
when
Right,
Mm.
that helps. Yeah.
I have it through March, so we're good
Okay.
there for
Shout
a
out Cobra.
minute.
Thanks
But yeah, I think there's just some stuff I want to work on for myself, like this confidence stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on. You're so back. The amount of confidence
But
you
yeah,
get from,
I am-
the reaction to this podcast episode from being top 5 on the only podcast that matters.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that this
This-
will be a positive step in the right direction.
besides-
A necessary evil for your confidence based
Yeah.
on the DMs that are going to come through.
Besides coming on to throwing fits, what other advice might you have for somebody that gets laid off after going through it?
It's not personal.
It's just business.
It's just business.
Greed is good.
Yeah, I feel like I have to tell myself that a lot. And like, your employer doesn't care about you. So
no.
just.
And you should care about your employer. Steal office supplies.
I did not steal any office supplies.
Well, the NDA is still.
what about
in
time?
effect,
What about
but
time
I
thiev-
didn't.
time thievery when you're like, yeah, I'm working. Wink, wink. I mean, that that's something.
I was always very available. I've always been very available at all of my jobs.
Too available.
Yes,
There
too
you go.
available.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I know that now.
So what do you
For
do
the
now?
future.
Like, what's your day to day now?
You know what I do?
What do you do?
I vibe.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. You and me both, sister.
What does that? You watch 285 movies a year, like Lawrence?
Do you get out of the house a lot, or you?
I do.
Okay, good.
I have made it's funny because over the summer I set a personal goal, which I didn't really accomplish.
Okay.
And that personal goal was to hang out more,
Ooh.
like loiter more. So
Wow, dude.
Like a
I live
bad
in the
kid.
East Village. Yeah.
Like
so
a
I was like,
bad girl.
I, instead of getting a coffee and like going and sitting on my couch and drinking the coffee, I should find a coffee shop and sit there and try to make
You
friends.
sound like Alex Delaney.
Vibing and loitering all around the East Village, dude. Two major
Oh, boy.
food groups.
You sound like an East Villain. Just loitering.
Okay.
You are the East Village.
I want to
dude.
tell you though, I didn't do that. So I did not successfully do that. But now,
It's too hot.
But now I'm doing that.
Oh.
Okay, fire.
I will just like go to work out and then I'll go have like a leisurely coffee somewhere.
Mm.
Maybe bring a book, listen to music, whatever. Just people watch.
Ladies who loiter.
I have been I know. Maybe that's my next
Yeah.
project.
Dude, that's fucking free IP. For
I
you.
know. Thanks, Lawrence. I have been watching a lot of movies, trying to catch up on some content that I might have missed. Something I've done that has been funny. I saw that erotic thriller Fair Play in a theater with a
Addison
couple of
Rae?
my friends.
Ooh.
No.
Oh.
And so since I saw that, I've been working my way through all the classic erotic thrillers.
Dude.
Really fun
Great
activity.
genre, dude.
The clothes are great too.
Basic Instinct.
Yeah. I just saw that for the
Classic.
first time.
Classic,
And
dude.
not because they were watching it on the Idol.
Oh,
Just-
that's right. They were.
Yeah, just to clarify.
Hands off.
But yeah, so I've been doing that.
Just getting real
I
horny watching movies.
I just think I needed to give my brain like a little time to
Do you feel?
rewire.
Do you feel like you've got enough rest and relaxation and eat, pray, love, and do you want to get back into the workforce? Like, what do you want? What do you want
I'm
to do
ready.
next?
I've been thinking about that a lot, and something that again I'm trying to build the confidence to do is work for myself.
Right.
I think that's a skill that's super important, especially in this landscape. So I would like to build something for myself from which I cannot get fired.
Sounds like two guys I know.
Yeah.
You can.
I do.
True.
I have.
Sorry, Papa.
Wait.
yes, sir.
Wait. You can lay off where?
No,
where?
No,
He
no.
wants to, but he
I
can't.
can't.
We would just have to blow the whole thing up, which like eventually is gonna
It's like you
happen.
guys are married and you'll need to get a divorce.
Yeah, exactly.
I know
like
all
that.
about that.
We don't get divorced. We just cheat on each other all the time.
Oh, that's
Do another podcast.
that's really unhealthy.
other people.
There was no infidelity in my marriage, but there was some other stuff.
Oh, I'm just saying that's just our situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. So what
There's
do I
some
want to
other
do? I have been
You're gonna start a newsletter.
interested for a while in working with brands more. I think that there is a
Ooh.
very
AV
savvy
agency?
way to do sponsored content and advertorial, and I think there are some publications who do a really good job. Not many though.
Such as like, for example, who's the best in class right now? If you had to say.
Girls.
Okay.
Who's the worst?
Who's the worst?
Dude,
I
sucks.
mean, like,
All of them.
I just feel like there's some that is very blatant and obvious and not well thought out. And like
Sure.
they could use someone like me or like y'all
Sure.
Yeah.
telling
we're
them
not for
like
hire.
this is actually, I think Airmail does good. The Airmail list that they did with Celine last year was good.
Oh, the clout bomb. Yeah.
Well, was that the clout bomb?
That was a clout bomb.
That was a clout
Yeah.
bomb.
That was like a trend that was happening.
There's
New York Mag was clout
also
bombing, you know.
Thanks,
yeah.
Yeah, shout out Brad Trammell.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I
Have
saw
you started making inroads and like outreaches?
no.
Okay,
No.
Not yet.
We're just
I told
manifesting.
myself I was going to give myself through the end of the year. Like it's kind of a weird
Yeah,
time with the
sure.
holidays, and
Absolutely.
also I just want to
You're also
come
going on
back.
vacation next
I want to
week.
come out of the gate fresh
Yeah.
and fired up, and so I'm getting there though. Like I'm out of the funk,
Is
Right.
that your?
but
dream
I was
job?
there for a
Is
minute.
that your dream job?
I don't
is
have a
mainly
dream
just, like, working
job.
for yourself at this point.
I think yes.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm cut out for corporate work. At
You've been
least
burned too many times.
I feel like I was undervalued,
Overworked.
at like I'm not
Underpaid.
talking about one specific job in particular, but like over my career.
Mhm.
Like I just feel Like I'm always that young girl in the room who no one really wants to listen to, but you hired me because you think I'm smart, but also you don't listen to me. And it's
sexist pigs.
no, I just
Fuck
it's
the
just frustrating, and I've lost confidence in my abilities because of it. And I'm like, maybe I should just see what I can do with no one telling me no.
I want to
all the time.
circle back real quick to you, like using your expertise that you've had being in media and specifically in fashion media for so long as like someone who could spirit guide brands. Would you ever be on like the other side where like you would do SpawnCon as like an influencer because you are influential? Would you ever do that?
So I've never really thought of myself as an influencer.
No one ever does.
I know. I
Until that bag talk.
right. Like I'm definitely not opposed to it. I just feel like it would be hard for me to put myself out there as like a quote unquote model. That's
Right.
just another thing that will be really out of my comfort zone.
Gotcha.
And also I just feel like it would have to be something that, I'm talking a big game here because I've never worked with a client who like, I send copy that I think feels cool and organic or whatever. And they're like, no, this isn't advertisement-y enough.
Right.
And so I feel like that will be a learning curve that I have yet to
You shouldn't plan
explore.
for rejection. You should like plan on getting the fucking stamp of approval. That's what I would
Great.
say.
I love
Trust in
that.
yourself, dude.
Yeah.
Trust
I'm working
in
on it.
myself.
Yeah.
I'm working on it
We're
without my therapist.
We're working through it right now.
Yes.
From
I
your-
appreciate this.
Of
For
course.
many years in the trenches, I mean, and we talked about like the media landscape and like the changes over the last 5-10 years. Like how's the role of editor-in-chief changed over the years?
Oh boy.
Because it kind of has become
one
like this
thing I feel like
influencer-type
I should
face.
say, because I think about it a lot, is just like titles are fake. They're all made up.
Facts.
I have been editor-in-chief twice now, but I have never gotten to do what a, editor-in-chief in a pop cultural sense or what an editor-in-chief of the past has gotten to do. I just think that there is very little money in media. So for the director level and the editor-in-chief level jobs, you can only attract a certain level of talent because I was basically priced out of my title. And when you are an expensive person working in media, that makes you at risk for when things are going south. I have had dozens, if not more, friends experience this over the years. And I think, telling a brand story and being the face of a brand is really important. Oftentimes that now means being the face of the brand on social media or in front of a step and repeat or at an event. And like,
Head of a table.
great,
Yeah.
I am fine with that. But I am also a person who kind of likes to sit and work with my writers, and
Do the actual job.
I'm also like a manager, and I didn't really plan to become a manager, but when it happened to me 7 or so years ago, I really liked it. And I enjoy
You like telling people
mentoring.
What to do.
I enjoy mentoring people.
Yeah.
And I love nothing more than to see people shine and to see a team be proud of what they're putting out. And that's not really what the powers that be care about anymore.
So the role really has become you need to be at the events, you need to be out here getting shot, posting shit yourself
Yeah.
versus like sitting down and assigning stories and editing them.
Yeah.
And putting together cohesive
And I'm not
packages.
saying that's a bad thing, but I think that what I signed up for when I was out of college and like on this career track where I have landed is just kind of like, oh wow, I am at like I'm looking into a void right now. Like I'm not really sure where I go from here. Like I've climbed the top of the masthead and now what?
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. It's over for me.
It is-
So we got to do something new now.
Yeah.
It is crazy how that peak of the masthead has weirdly become that shut your brain off and look pretty. Like that's literally what the job is.
Smile more.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's
And I'm
like-
I'm not here to diminish that role
No,
either.
and I
Like,
don't want to sound
you
like
need an editor in chief, but the role has completely shifted. They've become influencers. That's like what it is, right?
right. And I do find that that is of utmost importance for many of these media brands now, just to have somebody who is happy to be out there and be the face and just be like, yeah, I'm representing my brand here, but
Also, brand, if you want to, slide me a little
right,
side
but
bag
that's
for a little
kind of what I
sponsored
was.
post as an
That's where I
editor.
was like going with this. It's like you also are bringing in brand money on the side a lot of times, or these brands that advertise for the magazine are paying your way, so you are influencing
Or they give you some
maybe
shoes
in
you
like
can
an
flip on the real
offhanded
reel.
way.
Right.
Right. Or like you're hosting an event for Gucci, let's say. I'm just shouting out Gucci because I like them.
Mhm.
But like we'll dress you and you come to the store and you pose and like Gucci is like advertising in your publication this month, whatever. It's all part of the
You're not
game.
seeing any money from those opportunities, just still your salary, right? So it's just another obligation.
And I also feel like
Unless you flip that
I've
Gucci
had
dress
many
on real
friends
Yeah.
over the years. I think there was a period probably in the like mid 2010s where a lot of my friends and colleagues found themselves at a crossroad, right? Like you either continue this like climbing the masthead,
Mhm.
whatever, even though the number of jobs available on that masthead were shrinking by the day.
Dramatically.
Or you do the influencer thing
Yeah.
and you make triple, quadruple the money without having to give your employer a cut.
A lot of menswear guys that we know ironically went from media to like retail and became like fashion directors. And it's interesting to see like where's
Shout
retail.
out Gian.
Yeah, shout out Gian, shout out Pesco, like a lot of guys like that, Wooster, whatever. And it's interesting to see like what then the next evolution is there, depending on how retail kind of shakes out as well.
Yeah,
So,
and I'm definitely
it's a tough
interested in
road.
that sort of thing too, but I'm not as well versed in like
Right.
opportunities there.
So if you talk about kind of like having aspirations of this like brand agency that kind of bridges between like content and brand. If you were to launch this company tomorrow, and let's say there are aspirations of growth and hiring and building out a staff, what are the most important priorities that you're putting into place first
for myself or for a team?
for the company? Because maybe, you've been through places that didn't put these priorities at a premium.
That's a good question.
Thanks.
I think that something that is really important to me is just aligning myself with people who believe in me. I don't ever want to go into a situation, whether I'm like with a client or a potential client, where I'm really trying to like sell them on I know what I'm doing and I'm cool and I'm smart and like I fuck with this, like
it
I'm
should be
good.
implicitly understood.
Yeah, and I think part of my problem, sorry to be earnest on this podcast,
No,
but
Rare.
I think that I've found myself kind of like chasing someone's approval, and in work environments that can be like really draining and toxic, and like I don't really want to do that. Like I would like to align myself with, and look, this is coming from someone who is going to have to make money very soon in an urgent way.
Yeah.
So
You ready to dance with the devil?
Yeah. Please
ready
keep
to
that in mind.
sell
Sell
your
your
soul.
soul at home.
and like I know I'm going to have to take some work that is maybe not ideal, and like they don't think I'm cool and smart, and they're just like
Some Skims copywriting, perhaps?
some
out
copywriting.
Skims.
Yeah,
No,
that'd be
I would
fire.
work for Skims, but I
You wouldn't know.
I hear the Kardashian brands don't pay their
Oh.
employees at all.
Oh, well, you said that, not
But they
us.
make
Yeah.
them wear... Doesn't Kim make her staff wear like a uniform?
I actually don't know the answer to that, but I've had some friends
You want some
work.
fake leather from Kylie Jenner?
Oh no.
Okay.
I would though, if Kylie is listening.
But I have had friends work for the Kardashian Jenner helmed brands, and none of them pay.
The
I'm
devil
well.
not surprised to hear that.
The devil works hard.
Kris Jenner works harder. Yeah, I don't know. But when it comes to hiring, the things that I value in a colleague are just someone who doesn't have a big ego. I really find like
sister.
working in fashion, it's been so hard for me as not a very ego driven person. It just when you are fighting or arguing with someone who is on your team,
Right.
but
Yeah.
they want credit or they want this or they want that. It's
Shut
like,
up.
I know.
Why
I
don't you
was
do a-
reading.
why don't you
I
do a
was
company-
reading.
Why don't you do a company-wide ayahuasca retreat? and just
I
kill their
was
ego?
reading the new issue or the print issue of Byline. Shout out Goots and Megan. And Chris Black did that thing where it was like work advice. And one of the things that stuck with me and I think is really smart. It's like, you got to let it go. It doesn't matter if you get credit for this. It doesn't matter like whose idea it was. Like, don't be a fucking bitch. Like, we're
Yeah, if
all
you're paid, who
here.
cares?
Right. That's what the money is for.
Yeah, true.
But I just find that I want to align myself with people who think I'm doing a good job and like want to work on something and see it through with me without making me feel like
And-
shit.
And is the ultimate like antidote to that literally just doing something solo dolo? Obviously, you might have clients, but like to avoid any issue there, it's just like I'm going to do me and me exclusively? Is that the thought?
I think just to future proof myself, I would like to learn how to work for myself for a while. Yeah, like, look, I'm single and I don't know if I'm going to have a partner in any sort of like, you know, significant way for a while. So I just want to make sure I'm set up for my future with, set up for success. I want to work. If I'm working a place that is not for myself, I need to make sure they are setting me up for success.
Right.
Which is also kind of hard to come by these days,
Well,
with budgets being cut,
you know?
and
Yeah.
XYZ. I don't know if that answered your question, but I tried.
One of the pitfalls I think that a lot of people fall into now is, you know, like the personality versus like the employer versus yourself as an employee, right? Like, and kind of like how a lot of journalists and actors are now being let go for supporting Palestine. Do you think that you were laid off maybe because you publicly stand too hard for pop punk guys like Travis Barker and Machine Gun Kelly?
No. I don't think that had anything to do with it.
Okay. You wouldn't go back in time and change your stand-up for absolutely mid-ass white men.
No. And I will say, I had a lovely time profiling Travis Barker. And I'm glad I got to do some stuff like that. Like that was an opportunity that I will never forget. And I will always be grateful that I got.
What were the absolute career highlights from the previous gig? Profiling Barker. Anything else? Like, let's think of the good times.
Yeah.
Let's go glass half full.
I'll just kind of lump all of my previous employment together.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Because you're not doing a great job for all the kids at home who dream of working in New York City media. So maybe let's...
I know. And like,
sell the dream again.
I want to be very clear that like, that dream is very warped from what exists in pop culture for what it once was.
Warped like the tour.
Warped like the tour. But like, if you go back and watch the September issue documentary, I think it was like 2007 when the September issue of Vogue was like 800 something pages.
Yeah.
Like, it will never be that way again.
It's very skinny now.
It's
on
2009.
It's on that Larry diet.
It's on Ozempic.
Thank you.
I know
He
you're
has
welcome.
an eating disorder. Don't encourage this man, by the way. You're like gassing up on the group chat.
Jack
Like,
Nicholson. Yeah.
don't.
I
give
know
him,
he likes it.
I do
So I'm
love
just
this
giving
guy.
it
his
to
only
him.
sustenance is people sucking his dick over not eating.
Oh,
That's what he feeds off of.
no, I got to
Energy
do.
vampire.
I got to do some crazy shit. I feel like I've
Coachella?
talked about. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where you thrive.
I do thrive at Coachella.
Festivals.
I think I'm gonna retire for a little bit from that now,
Oh, yeah?
since I'm not contractually obligated to go.
Do you actually like going to festivals in Coachella?
So I do. However, the last time I was at Coachella, we had artist guest passes, and those were still not. Those were not even like exclusive enough.
Oh, really?
No, it was.
Yeah.
I was in a sea of humanity. Like the only people who had artist passes at the show I was at, I think were like Kendall Jenner and Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber, and they were, you know, they had breathing room, and I was like a sardine in a can. So, no, I got to go to all of the major Fashion Week cities, but I'm gonna just derail this positivity real quick.
Yeah. Why are you trying to bring positivity into this?
I know. So the last time I went to Paris, so it wasn't this past September, but the one prior, so a year and a half ago ish. I just felt that the vibe was so different for someone in my position.
You had some September issues of your own.
I had some September issues. Okay. In the past, when I'd gone to Paris Fashion Week, let's just say me and Tyler went for Fashionista. We stayed we went for the entire 10 days. We stayed in an Airbnb in the Marais, and we, drank wine and ate cheese on our balcony. Like, weren't going to like Caviar Caspier or anything fancy.
Right.
But we were there for 10 days. We got so many tickets that we had to have two people there because we had to split up. When I went to Paris last time, I maybe got like 6 tickets. And
is that because they're all going to the Kylies and Biebers of the world?
Talent,
yeah.
People with like a popping newsletter, TikTokers. Like, I just feel like we've been
Definitely not.
I feel like we've been editors have been deprioritized, and like, that's fine.
How's it feel?
That's fine. Like, I'm not salty about it. I feel like if you're not nimble and you're not resilient, then that's on you. That sucks.
Do you have, I mean, as someone that has been,
But it has changed a lot, and I'm kind of okay with not being as much in the mix anymore. There are like I remember the last few times I came on the pod, I was telling like horror stories about like Philip Plein fashion shows, but like that's not my life anymore. But I did get to do and see some fun stuff.
Well, as someone that's been in it and seen these cycles go down, and like, do you have like macro predictions of where like pop media is headed in the immediate future?
I think if I knew the answer to that question, I'd be really rich.
So be a TikToker.
You might still have your job. I'll tell you that much.
I don't know about that. Be a TikToker, not an editor.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so here's the thing about TikTok for me that I'm curious about where it's going to go. So when I was observing, this was like in the hours leading up to my layoff, right? I was just watching content on TikTok coming from New York Fashion Week that was just wrapping up. And my entire For You page was the same video from maybe a dozen different brands. Wow. It was like Larry with a throwing fits microphone, putting it in like Gabriette's face. Like, what are you most excited to see? And it's like that from like even like Loewe was doing that. And like that was their whole pre-show shtick. And like that's fine, but how does anyone expect to stand out when it's a sea of sameness? But that's what all the bosses want.
Well, no one wants to take the risk and be the actual like pioneer on like a platform they don't know or understand. They're just mimicking what they see as a safe, popular choice.
That's been fashion's problem with social media specifically, right? It's like every brand does this same shit on IG. Now every brand is doing the same thing on TikTok. No one wants to rock the boat like James is saying.
And like, I will be honest with you, I do not want to learn how to make TikToks. Like, I just don't want to have to do it. I don't want to learn at all. Of course, I might have to. But yeah, I really don't know. I know that a lot of publications are getting back into print because I do feel like we have to swing the other way now, right? Like when there's all this ephemera online of like the same stuff that's not memorable, like bullshit. You have to buy something that does feel memorable and like collectible.
Tangible.
And like, I think that's why we're going to see like a bigger swing in the like print direction, at least like a special edition kind of thing. But then you can have an event around it.
Well, what about experiential? Are we at peak experiential or is it still gonna
I feel like experiential has come in waves. Like I remember when I still had a lot of peers who worked at Refinery 29, there was like that Refinery 29 rooms thing.
What the fuck was that?
So I feel like it's been happening and now we're just at maybe critical mass of experiential. But I wasn't at your bazaar because it was the day after I got laid off. I'm sorry I missed it. But like that looked,
do not ever apologize.
That looked sick.
Bankrolled by Cash App.
Yeah. Yes. Cash App, call me. I got some ideas. But yeah, I think that was great. And did you feel like that was a success?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say our bank account absolutely agreed. So.
That's wonderful.
My Cash App account agrees.
But I do think there is value in that. And I feel like if I had a say in creating an experience,
what would you have done different than us?
No, I think what I'm alluding to is that like I worked somewhere where there were experiences and I was very much not like plugged in a way that I wanted to be. But
the secret ingredient for us, honestly, and this is a free one because most people don't know this. The most important thing is community.
Oh, I thought you were going to say free beer.
No, also that free open bar never hurts.
Yeah.
Alyssa, community.
Yeah.
Synergy. Genuine authenticity. All right. Well, I mean, it sounds like you've been brewing and stewing up some ideas. So as a newly minted free agent, why don't you pitch yourself to any clients who are listening right now who might have a job or gig for you? Go.
Whew. All right. I'm a delight to work with. I am really smart. I'm really funny, really plugged in. I have a great reputation and I will be honest with you. Like I will tell you that your shit sucks. But I would also tell you how to fix it.
Yeah.
Solutions oriented.
Constructive criticism, if you will.
Yeah.
You're a problem solver, not a problem identifier. Or you're both, actually.
Yes. I'm happy to be both.
It's not a problem maker.
Yes.
Problem identifier, problem solver.
I'm also just... I don't know. I feel like I am brimming with enthusiasm.
Yeah.
So I bring like a nice breath of fresh air
Hire
to
this
any
woman.
Come on.
situation.
She's not just a pretty face, guys.
I'm not. I am that too, which is a bonus
Right.
for everyone involved.
Right.
Icing on the cake.
Well, so we talked about how you have been raw dogging this period in your life because you were not going. You don't have a therapist right now, which is a very expensive thing. Trust me. When you did get laid off and you realized that the money train wasn't going to run forever, what were some of the things that you like? The first cost that you like cut out of your daily, monthly, just your life's budget?
Well, something about me is that I'm very careful with money.
Okay, yeah. Wait, are you cheap?
I wouldn't say I'm cheap, but as a woman who worked in fashion for a very long time, I did not succumb to buying most of the things that I wanted to buy. I just feel, I think subconsciously, I always kind of knew that something like this was going to happen.
Damn, dude, what a bad way to live your
Something
life.
that I know. I'm working
Just
on
waiting for the
not
other
being.
shoe to
I
drop,
know.
always.
So
Is that because you went through like such a traumatic thing with the cancer?
Yeah, that's fair.
perhaps there's been like a few times where I've like been beaten down by life. You know,
But you didn't emerge from that with like a YOLO, like fucking.
Can't take it with you.
you know, I just
You know what they
feel
say? She who dies with the most things wins.
no. Something I am going to have to cut back on immediately is my Pilates habit and my Soul Cycle habit.
And-
I'm really upset about that.
Going out for coffee in the East Village.
No,
It's got to run you like $20
my
a day.
No,
Okay.
I don't spend that much money on coffee.
Damn, what's your monthly fitness budget?
Botox. Fuck.
Damn, all the good shit.
I know.
All the George Santos shit. No more OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You know, I love.
You're gonna have to go back to that free porn and slum it.
Skincare and all of that, and I didn't get that for free, so that's
Yeah.
gonna be. I haven't gotten a haircut in a long time. Probably gonna be a little bit longer before I get one.
Okay.
But like, I'll be fine. I've been saving. I'm not like worried about losing the roof over my head. Thank goodness.
Thank God.
But yeah, I'm gonna, after this pod airs and after the holidays, we're gonna
Tighten
be
the belt?
Yeah.
no, we're gonna be like trying to get some work ASAP.
Why don't you like see like not to get on your influencer shit, but you know, kind of like a quid pro quo with like haircut or skincare. It's like, yeah, send me that shit. I'll post it, whatever. Like,
I just don't have that big of a following.
it doesn't matter though.
Does it?
It's the
It doesn't.
quality, not the quantity.
And the ER, the engagement rate.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm because I don't really.
You wanna go to
I
Mildred's,
don't really
we got you.
post that
Yeah.
much.
You want to go to a white guy barbershop? but the best in the city.
Well, they do
And
have
it
the
is-
salon next
and
door.
they're really close to my apartment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if
that's
you want
right.
to, if you want a two on the sides and a little off the top, let us know. What about
Okay,
what's some
thank
shit that
you.
you could never cut out of your life, like a inelastic cost?
Leche's pet insurance.
Oh, sure.
Oh wow, yeah.
I love that dog. What can I never cut out
Did
of
you
my
have to start
life?
buying her like shitty dog food?
No. She will always be spoiled. Also, I really think this is where I'm going to be positive. Like, I'm really not worried about
Okay.
myself. Like, I think I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
After I got a divorce, I really decided that I was going to live well within my means in case something like this did
Mhm.
happen, because, you know, living in a 2-income household, like if one of us lost our job, like it wouldn't be
No kids either.
no. Oh, thank
Tink
God.
life.
Oh, thank God.
Or
no
dink
kids.
life.
Dink.
But yeah, I'm not worried. I'm nervous about signing the first contract. Like, I think I'll be a little bit low grade anxiety until that happens,
Right.
but that's normal.
But
I know
until
that's
that day.
normal.
Right,
When
then
that
it
day
becomes
happens,
like a
it'll be good.
snowball thing, and
Yeah.
when you start manifesting, and we get the positive fucking energy out in the world.
Yeah.
And then one contract, 2, 3,
That's
4.
what I'm
Blue contract.
hoping. Yeah,
Red
I'm
contract
hoping.
blue.
I'm hoping by my birthday in February, I'll be having to like turn stuff down.
Ooh,
That's the
let's
goal.
fucking go, girl.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
Alyssa,
think I
for-
can.
For all the little piggies in the slop listening right now, what do you want for Christmas and your birthday?
Oh yeah.
You know what I
Now's the
really?
time to get
You know
some
what I
fresh
really
shit.
want? I want an Olivia Rodrigo ticket.
Oh,
Oh,
Can someone get?
are they
Yeah.
expensive?
Yeah. I didn't get. So I did. Well, I didn't. My sister-in-law was able to get through for Taylor Swift Eras tour, but I was not able to get through for Olivia. So if anyone out there wants to take me on a date
I wanna
to
try
the
that.
Guts tour,
Oh, yeah. If anyone wants to get Alyssa into them guts,
whoa.
Jesus.
into the Guts show.
Oh, right.
I didn't say into her guts.
Yo, guts for guts.
Jesus.
Yo, by the way, I will say,
Nuts for guts.
my musical artist of the year, album of the year. Shout out fucking the Queen, Olivia Rodrigo.
I love
You also just
her.
found out that she's half Asian.
Love is Embarrassing
yeah,
is
Half a
my
Queen.
favorite song of the year, I think.
Woo.
But
Because you know what? It's true, dude.
it is.
Shout out
That's what
Sky
I
Forever.
want.
Everything is embarrassing.
Also, I think there was there's a Bottega bag I want.
Okay.
I think it's called the Andiamo bag.
Ooh,
And of course,
Piggies,
of course, I have
Oinkers.
not wanted a handbag since I think the last time I was on the pod, I wanted a bag. And Larry called it my gay ass bag because it was a rainbow print like Gucci
Let me look up
monogram.
this
I
new
did buy
Bottega
that.
gay ass bag.
I don't know how much it cost, but of course, the one time in like my entire time at my last job that I wanted a bag was right after I got laid off.
So
Classic.
it goes.
Wah, wah.
Is this the best way to get gifts for men? Is just to come on a podcast that's tailored to men?
We're
and
gonna
ask for them?
find out.
All right.
Let's look at the price tag on Dion.
I think it's like 4,500.
4,500 for the small.
That's the one I want, the small
guy.
one.
There's got to be a guy
Yo,
listening that is that thirsty.
Fellas, start a GoFundMe for Alyssa, or for yourselves to buy
Please,
Alyssa
yeah.
the bag. Is dating in New York City actually truly the worst experience one can go through in life? Like, forget getting laid off, forget going through cancer.
We're gonna
divorce.
skip right through my divorce, huh?
Yeah,
Thank you.
well,
No.
I think there's some divorce questions
No, we
later
have
on.
some divorce stuff. Don't worry.
But we're just talking about right now.
You know, I will say that I am thankful to be dating at 36 rather than 26.
Go on.
I feel like if I was dating, I don't know if it's New York, but if I was dating anywhere, probably okay. If I was dating in New York at 26, my spirit probably would have been crushed.
Yeah.
I think I went into dating. I will say that I didn't go on a date until my divorce was finalized because I treat people with kindness and respect. And I didn't want people to think I was like, being shady by like dating while I was still married. So after that happened, it has not been reciprocated. Let's just start there.
Oh, okay. All right.
After that, I got on the dating apps as I was instructed to do by society and my friends. And I would say I spent like a 10 to 12 month period just getting my ass kicked by the dating apps. Right. No. I think I naively expected to be to be treated with the same kindness and respect I treat people with. And I certainly did not.
Idiot.
I know.
Wait,
I'm
it's literally
so
just
dumb.
Being like, what that mouth do over and over again?
No, it's just like,
You want that Bottega bag?
no,
Put in work.
Yo, guts for guts?
oh God. No, I really didn't expect a man to like have sex with me and never answer my texts again.
Wow. So it's like ghosting
And it
culture.
happened.
Grown men.
Several grown men in their 30s and 40s. Never heard from them again.
Not in their 20s.
No, I
the
haven't.
Kids are all right?
I mean, I haven't
Right.
dated anyone in
Is
their
that
20s.
the Peter Pan syndrome of like fucking
I don't
NYC?
know. It's more like a who raised you
Sure.
situation.
I want to call your mom and tell her that
she
you
sucks.
suck, dude.
Yeah. So after that, I've been just really dating sparingly.
You never wanted to, you got married really young.
Yeah.
And you went through this divorce. You didn't want to go harlot mode and just like see what it was like to just date around? Or could you
I mean,
not
I
bring yourself to do
tried.
that?
I tried that, but I just didn't like how it made me feel because I didn't like how it was being treated. And again, like I know it has nothing to do with me. I'm sure these guys treat every woman like that,
Like garbage.
like trash. So yeah, I kind of removed myself. I went the better part of last year without having sex, which was interesting.
Intentionally.
Yeah,
You were
I
an
was.
incel.
Yeah, I was celibate. But my mental
Or you
health
were
was great.
Volcel. Voluntarily
Mhm.
celibate.
Is Volcel actually better for the brain?
I just felt better about myself because I didn't
Better
have
for the
some
soul.
like piece of shit dictating how I felt about myself that day.
Yeah. I think guys lie to themselves. Like a no pussy getting loser would lie to himself that it's voluntary to make himself feel better. But in the case of a woman who has more control seemingly over that, this was the right move for you.
Like I definitely am kissing a lot of frogs.
Ooh.
Not having sex with them, just
Right.
kissing them.
Well, that'd
but
be illegal, I think.
Seeing what that mouth do.
yeah, just like
Get in touch with their southern roots and fucking a bunch of frogs?
no, just like
French guys?
I lost you there. But I think
Bestiality.
I think I am wearing my heart on my sleeve and I'm being really genuine with a lot of people, but I do set a lot of boundaries. Like I will not go home with you. Like I if I'm not your girlfriend, I will not sleep at your apartment. Like I just draw the line a lot of ways to protect myself from bad behavior.
Right.
And like I unfortunately had to learn that the hard way.
Right.
Like
Well,
I had to
you never learned it in your youth, really.
No,
Well,
you're
except
right. Like
your ex-husband.
I met my ex when I was 19.
Damn. Right.
And our relationship was really unhealthy in a lot of ways. And I learned from that. And so I learned a lot going through my divorce, but I also learned a lot in like my year of dating on the apps. It's just like,
Yeah.
I can prevent a lot of the hurt feelings.
Not to point a finger, but do you think a lot, and this is a big question, and I hate to generalize, but do you think a lot of women are like out here reinforcing negative behavior with these fucking garbage men?
No, I think you have to live and learn.
Yeah.
And I did. And
You live, you learn.
it's true. And
you laugh.
like,
who garbage is the garbage
you
man?
you don't necessarily know. I have learned a lot about myself through all of this. What I will tolerate, what I don't. But how do you learn that? You have to
Right.
like put up with it to an extent, and then one day you're like, "Fuck this! I'm out.
See ya.
No more."
Mm.
Chastity belt on.
Right.
A bit of an assumption here, but we tend to kind of like date within our professional social circles. Are men in media a particularly gruesome breed of bachelor?
I don't think particularly.
Okay. All men are trash.
I do find though that a lot of men in our line of work are like skirting by on clout. And they also have
Ooh.
very little to offer a woman or anybody.
Damn. Go on. Okay.
They have the clout though.
But like,
yeah, but
I
peep the
think
IG.
so. Like,
Yo, blue check.
okay, I'm gonna keep this pretty vague. But like,
Yeah.
after I got divorced, a lot of men in our world, slid into my DMs. Some of them had been there when I was married, but now they're like turbo mode.
Right.
I will say though, it is very easy to flirt with a married woman because there's no one more emotionally unavailable than a married woman. Like nothing can ever happen.
No risk.
No risk.
No
so I
reward.
understand that like maybe guys who wouldn't have the balls to talk to me when I'm
Right.
single
Oh.
will talk to me when I'm married because like I can't reject them
That's
because
so
like nothing
twisted.
can happen.
It's fucked up.
But I will say, not that I have like a ton of men in my DMs, but they'll
Not
they'll
yet.
just want like attention or validation from me.
Hmm.
And when I suggest that we take it offline, they'll like disappear.
Wow.
It's weird. I don't like, so I'm on
Total
my,
one-way street, just trying to get make
Yeah,
me feel good.
yeah,
Are
like
they?
talk to me.
Please?
Yeah.
Are they secretly married themselves?
Yes.
I know, like maybe there's a secret girlfriend. I don't know. I'm not gonna like air any
No.
dirty laundry, but like, yeah, I noticed that was a bizarre thing. Like a lot of people just want me to pay attention to them, but they won't actually like take me out.
That's so
Mm.
pussy.
Very 2023 phenomenon, I feel like.
Yeah, but like these are guys with like a lot of fucking followers.
Right.
But maybe they are bad offline and they're great online.
Maybe I would say
100%.
presumably,
Yeah.
And we don't mean bad good. We mean bad bad.
We mean like they suck
That's crazy.
and are
Tom.
lame
I
and
wonder
are
if-
loser.
Could you ever truly date a normie civilian, or do you prefer
No,
a guy with like a semblance of clout, or do you want
No,
like some
I
fucking
want-
middle management Floyd who has like 800 followers?
Look, I feel like I'm putting myself at risk for saying this, but like, no, I want someone who's plugged in like we are. I want someone to like go to events with and like,
Some arm candy.
yeah. But also, okay, I'm going to say this on the record.
Go off.
This is all on the record, by the way.
You've been on the record for
No, I mean,
almost
like,
an hour.
I've never said this, but like, I want someone who's fucking stoked on me. And I want someone who's going to parade me around to these events and want to bring me to parties. Like, I understand that we're all about playing it cool now, but no, someone needs to be like, that's my girlfriend.
That's my bitch.
She's so
You're the arm
hot.
candy.
She's so cool. Like,
yeah, okay.
I'm going to show her off. That's what I want.
Brenda,
None of this, like, I'll hang out with you in secret at like
Yeah.
11
No.
p.m. bullshit.
No,
Got to
Fuck
suspend, then I'll
that.
link after. Brenda hashtag said that despite all the negative things about dating a guy in fashion or like in media or pop culture, whatever the fuck you want to call it, they at least like understand. It's like, no, this event isn't superfluous.
I know they know that what I do is not frivolous, and
Mhm.
I have gone on some dates with some normies who like really don't think it's charming when I talk about Blink-182 on a date, and like
fucking assholes.
like I just don't want to have to feel
Hit the dude ranch,
stupid,
Take your pants off and
because
jacket.
that's really something important to me. Like I want a partner who will make me feel seen and heard and understood, and not feel like I am like
Yeah.
a superficial ditz or bimbo or whatever because I like fashion and pop culture and
Right, just
all
because
of
you're
that
not
stuff.
a doctor or a lawyer
Yeah.
or whatever.
Are you
Mhm.
back on the apps?
I've never not been on them.
Oh shit, you're a glutton for punishment.
I will say I'm a very passive app user.
Papper.
I like go on to see if anyone of interest has liked me, but I don't know. I haven't gone on a dating app date.
Any celebs hit your Raya?
Okay, so
Let's go.
I have never matched with a celeb on Raya. It took me 3 years for John Mayer to come up, and he did not match with me, and I am devastated. I should have. I should have immediately just hit the direct message because I've never direct messaged anyone
You
on
could do that?
Raya. But
What would your line would have been like? How long would have you had to come up with?
Yeah.
What, like,
how do you riz up the
Yeah.
gat, John Mayer?
I don't fucking know. Name drop Nomi Fry.
Yeah,
like,
I
what do
guess
you
that would
do?
work.
You can just DM someone on Raya. I thought you could match-
So if they come up, you can like either heart them or you can send them a little message. I think that's like the shooting your shot button,
Got it.
but you usually have to pay for that. But I've never done it, so I think I have my one free DM still. I'm
Ooh.
saving it for when Mayor comes back
Right,
around.
when we run it back.
So is apps the preferred way of meeting guys, or is
I've
it
been
like,
leaning into getting set up.
Oh, right,
Nice.
for sure.
Various degrees of success. Because I feel like if people don't know me that well and they set me up with like a nice Jewish guy, you know,
Okay.
like that's
Right.
generally what I get.
You're anti-Semitic, so that would be a
No,
tough look. Yeah. I kid.
Well, okay,
But
let's-
like, I don't know. That's not really my vibe.
Okay.
I want a bad
Um,
boy
Or
who's actually a good boy,
yeah,
a bad boy with a heart of gold,
yeah.
like John Mayer.
Wait, so if someone like is just like a general acquaintance and they like throw a setup in your face, you still just like roll the dice, like fuck it, we ball. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're open.
I also am just like a delight on a date. So
Yeah.
like I can go and like
Just have a
not
fun
have a
time.
bad time.
Right. Get a free meal.
Or
Or you
I mean,
split.
most men don't take me to dinner.
What?
They should. They'll take me to drink.
First date dinner is a bit.
Is that crazy?
It's a bit
I feel like
If I'm-
because you can't really get out of it quickly. You can't
yeah,
totally
I feel like
ripcord.
if you are stuck there for like a full dinner, it could
Yeah.
be. But yeah, I see every interaction as a chance to make a new friend.
Okay, that's nice.
I generally have a pretty good attitude about it, despite how it may have sounded by my experiences. But yeah, it's never bad to go out and just meet someone. And
so you're making a lot of friends then?
I mean, kinda.
Okay, that's good at least.
Let's set some parameters. If somebody is looking to set up Alyssa, like, do you have an ideal age range? Do you have a salary range? Any physical require, like a minimum, like short kings? Like, do they have
So
a shot?
I don't really have a type. I've been told this.
She ain't got no type.
Okay.
Bad
We're
boys.
gonna
is the
dial
only
this
thing
back.
that
I'm
she
gonna
likes.
tell you 2 really good reads that have happened to me in my life lately.
Okay.
Okay.
The last time I saw my mom, we were talking about dating. I was seeing somebody at the time, and I was describing him. She goes, "Alyssa, you love a bro."
Oh.
And I'm like,
That's your Southern
oh
upbringing.
no, she's so right. So I marry my ex-husband's fraternity
Big
brother.
wow.
We met at a fraternity party. And then the guy I was seeing, who you both know, I think he would self-identify as an art bro.
Okay.
So like
there are
there's
different types of
definitely
bros now.
bro vibes.
I love that.
But I think unfortunately I'm very attracted to that like loudmouth, big personality kind of thing.
Fellas, show up to the first date with Alyssa with a beer funnel.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, beer bong. Or one of the helmets, dude.
Yeah.
No, but I think that's a pattern I need to break is the point. And then
Oh, okay.
yeah, so the second time I got read to filth was by someone who I mentioned earlier, Tyler McCall.
Yeah.
We were at a brand dinner not too long ago, and I was talking to some newer friends at the table.
Former dates
No,
or actual friends?
wait, what?
You're saying like when you go
Oh
on
no,
dates,
no.
like,
We were at a brand dinner, so it was
Okay.
like girls who were editors or whatever.
The
at other-
girlies.
the girlies, and we were talking about dating. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift came up. And I was saying, I really would love to date a himbo. I've never dated a hot guy. And Tyler interjects like, yep, that's true.
Oh, you're always dating down?
Apparently.
Bro, what the hell?
I
What's
know.
wrong with you? That's
I don't I don't know. That's some
Though you did
psychological
say-
thing I need to
But you did
untangle
say
too.
that you want to be like the arm candy and showing off, and that's easier if you're dating a fucking troll.
No. I just think that generally,
No, she wants a guy to be
I'm
proud of her, not
more
hide her.
Yes, that is what I was going for with that. But I generally have been more drawn in by someone's persona
Not
than their
their-
looks.
Mm.
The bro thing was really
So you love ugly bros.
Yo, dude, this audience is foaming at the mouth right now. Catch her before she fucking really fixes herself,
At their-
guys.
Catch me
At their
before
ugly-
John Mayer finally matches with me on
Catch her if you
Raya.
can.
Frothing at their ugly little fucking pig mouths.
Wow,
I think-
dating down.
No,
and
I
dumb.
think someone. No,
Young,
I
dumb,
will.
and full of cum.
I draw the line at dumb.
Oh damn.
Wait, but,
Um,
but a himbo. So what about a hot dumb guy? Could
I think I could have a little fling. I'm not one for flings, but
Right.
I feel like maybe that's what I need right now, especially
Mhm.
because I'm unemployed and I got to figure my shit out there.
how Alyssa got her groove back.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce style.
No thoughts, just vibes.
So right now, is that what you're looking for? You're just looking for some good
illiterate,
piping? Like,
6'5". Wait, what did you
is
say?
that what you're looking for in a guy right now? Just like a good piper?
Rowdy Roddy Piper.
As long as he is nice to me,
Right.
Okay.
yes,
Right.
sure.
Right.
What are your
Um,
biggest icks and red flags with guys?
Ooh, icks.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Because you must have
I am
picked up a whole slew of new icks after going on this dating spree, right?
Yeah. I will say a big ick for me, and I'm sorry to all of the people at this table.
Oh.
I feel like having a maybe unhealthy relationship with drugs and alcohol
Mm.
is a big ick for me.
I'm looking around.
Yeah.
Where's the guy who did this?
We're all looking for that guy.
Like, okay, like enjoying partying a
I
bit too much.
can't. Yeah, like I feel like I want someone who will not waste at least one weekend day just being hungover.
Oh, right. Especially at like our age where that hangover could be like the whole weekend, to be honest. To be
And
lethal.
so I just find that to be very unattractive.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
We all got to go to the farmer's market.
Honestly, I
yeah.
might need to hear this, dude. This is good.
And
I'm just going to do an intervention.
Yeah, Jenna, you can come in.
Oh, no.
Jenna
Oh,
and
my
I
dad.
did not talk about this beforehand.
No.
But you're welcome.
Thank you.
And then something else, and like this is perhaps going to get me in trouble. Too much Instagram activity as a man is a
Ooh,
huge
yeah.
ick for me.
Where are you as a man looking at another man's photos? How much is too
No,
much?
I
How much is
just
too much?
Girl
I
behavior.
just find that
It's some bitch.
a man who is in look.
Sucker ass
I don't
move.
want to have a boyfriend or a husband who I have to worry about them being in like all the e-girls DMs.
Oh,
Like,
it's more of a like.
I
What
just
about
feel
liking their photos?
I don't like that because obviously there's
Fellas,
like
bookmark it. Don't
there's
like it.
there's a suggestiveness to it, and also I feel like Instagram is a very easy way for men to get validation and fill the bottomless pit of need inside of them. And I do not want to
Right.
align myself with a man who is insecure.
You're
I need a
speaking from
secure
experience.
king.
Also,
Yeah.
it will, can very easily skew their reality and like make them think the grass is greener or the grass is
Yeah.
thicker. you
Yeah.
know?
I
How much is too much Instagram?
I feel like if I'll know it when I see it.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So it's not a time. It's not a time thing.
Yeah.
It's not like
No, it's a like when you're on there, what are you doing on there
Mm.
kind of thing.
when the
looking
cat's away type shit. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
looking
yeah.
Uh-huh.
at new Kith Birkenstocks.
Yeah.
That's what
I'm
that's what they all
I'm sending
say.
goat emojis to the bros, Alyssa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so too much getting fucked up and too much IG.
Also, I just think that I am at a point in my life where I want someone who is. This is going to sound like a TikTok therapist, but I just need someone who shows up for themselves in a way that I show up for myself. Like I want someone who has their shit together.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's hard to find.
Especially in this city.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This shithole.
In the circles we run in, which
Yeah.
we kind of alluded to.
God damn. All right, well, let's say you do get set up with somebody that.
Also,
Yeah.
oh, keep going.
I'm just going to say this.
Yeah.
Dating is also a minefield because if you bruise the wrong man's ego, you're in trouble. And you will find out later that he's spreading lies about you around town.
Yikes. Okay.
So
yeah.
that is
It's a
just
small city.
yeah. So it's just like you kind of have to approach every interaction with like a little bit of latent fear. Like, is this
Kid
man?
gloves.
Yeah, is this man gonna like
But is that
fuck up my shit if I reject him? Because that
onus
happens
but that onus
sometimes.
is on you as the woman to like treat the
well,
fragile
unfortunately,
ego with kid
yeah,
gloves?
unfortunately for self-preservation, yeah, because you don't know what
Fellas,
a man will do.
Self-preservation is the aim,
being
dude.
a
Yeah.
fucking sucker.
I just wanted to say that on
the
here.
record. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let's say there's a guy listening. None of these icks, red flags, parameters. He's not a nice Jewish boy. None of these apply.
You
to
can
him.
be a Jewish boy, just like
but not a
Be
nice.
nice.
have some
Yeah.
flavor,
Mm.
have some swag.
Some paprika.
Yeah.
Be a spicy Jewish guy. Never have been bar mitzvah.
Yeah. Be
Oh my
pastrami, not
God.
corned beef. What's a good first date that you would love the guy to show up in? And then
First
maybe
date fit.
and then first date fits. Yeah, that's what I'm going to start. First date fit. And maybe like what shouldn't he show up in? Or what's
First
like
date
a fashion
fit.
red flag almost?
You know, maybe this is personal growth, but I don't pay that much attention to what a man is wearing on the first date.
That's
As long
some
as he
bullshit.
looks, as that's some what shit?
Bullshit.
No, as long as the clothes fit well
Okay.
and they don't look cheap.
Right.
Philip Plein ain't cheap.
I know. I have never gone out with a man who has showed up in Philip Plein.
You never
to my
dated a Russian drug dealer?
knowledge- No. Maybe I will after this.
Yeah.
Maybe I need some stories for the memoirs.
We know a guy. We know a guy.
But yeah, I feel like just
Dress like an adult?
put some product in your
He shows
hair.
up in a fucking
put-
suit. That too much?
I feel like we had this exact conversation the last time I was on the pod.
Oh.
No, I've
We're
also
updating it.
At least we're consistent.
I feel like I like a nice sweater and a nice fitted pair of jeans, maybe some loafers. Put some product in your hair, wear some cologne.
what's your
hold
cologne
my
choice?
I actually don't know a bunch of men's colognes.
Okay.
What do you guys wear? Are you not are you gatekeeping?
I don't
No,
wear shit.
I put it in our little newsletter, which is actually gate kept by.
Okay. Well,
Oh.
I think
yeah,
colognes are
I think
stinky.
if a man smells nice, I
Okay.
give him a hug goodbye,
But
I
it's-
like linger a little
I'll
bit.
say
It's really
this,
nice.
It's diptyque. That's where we're
Okay.
at right now, which I'm not bragging about or anything. 'cause it's pretty
As
decent,
for
You got the
like
sample vial from
a
Sephora.
first date plan,
Oh yeah.
I
Dinner?
just want to feel like you feel lucky that I am taking time out of my precious day or precious time out of my day to spend with you.
Right.
Like maybe send me a car. Definitely make a reservation. If you don't have a reservation and we have to wait, I will be annoyed with you.
well, that's just fucking. That's
Well,
a fuck ass move,
trust
even with
me.
the broskies.
yeah.
Just showing
Just-
up, being like, we're waiting 2 hours
yeah.
to get into
Um,
Raoul's.
I
Steak au
also-
pois.
I also feel like there's got to be places in New York that you take a first date so you're like seen with them.
Finelli.
Is that the deal? Like, I don't think I've ever been taken on a date to one of those places, but I'm sure they exist. Like, no one's
But,
ever taken. Well, I did go on a first date once. It was very soon after my divorce, and he wanted to go to Servo's because it was right after that New York Magazine thing. I think you were in it.
I was in it.
I wonder who that guy was.
Yeah.
Was it?
But
That was you. 'cause
you
you're
couldn't
fucking
make
wonderful.
reservations at the time, and he lived in
Well, there's no
Brooklyn, and I live in the East Village, so I was like the one who had to go wait in line
What? Whoa, dude.
because he was in traffic.
I said,
Oh,
listen, I'm in a
no.
car and I'm on my way, but I'm in traffic. Why don't you
Uh huh.
wait
That
in line?
was yeah.
So the
I
exact
did go on
opposite.
another date with him, which
What? That's
I
on
like.
you.
It was
The
it was a
shrimp-
setup.
The shrimp was
and-
hitting. The shrimp was hitting.
No, it was a
Oh.
setup, and I really like
Oh,
the
shrimp
person who
heads.
set.
Shrimp
heads.
dick.
Yeah.
Oh God, I really liked the person who set us up.
Did you like the
Oh.
Did you like the servos?
Yeah,
What do you get? What was the order?
I don't remember.
How long did you have to
We definitely
wait?
got shrimp. We didn't have to wait because I was there right when
No,
the
how
fucking
long
doors
were
open.
you? Oh, like how long were you waiting for him? Like waiting around?
15, 20 minutes.
That's not
That's-
so bad.
No,
That's still annoying though.
It was
Oh,
annoying.
absolutely. I'm just
It
saying.
was annoying.
No, we're not
Wow.
talking 2 hours here.
yeah.
Is that like a? Have you been on a really bad first date recently?
I don't think I've ever been on a bad first date.
What?
That's how
You're
good you
so
are dating
blessed.
or at dates.
No, it's yeah. I just
Elite.
it's.
You're the Michael Jordan of first
I
date.
mean, part of the reason I got into journalism is because I love sitting and talking to people and asking them about themselves. And obviously, I've had some duds who are fucking boring and lame and have like nothing going for them. But like, I still can talk to you for 2 hours and it'll be fine.
you really are doing. It seems like in a lot
You're doing
of
all the work.
I know. I often
Sorry.
feel like
No, it's fine.
I leave first date and I was putting on a show. I do
Mm.
feel that way.
Is that like you scratching a certain itch that like, because we're talking about how like you maybe feel like a little shy or a little bit not as confident, or you don't want to put yourself out there, but on the first date, that's your stage?
Yes, and I also kind of try to get a lot of my quote unquote baggage out of the way early. Like I usually bring up breast cancer and divorce on the first date because like I want to scare the man away if he's going to
timeline, or do you just lead with divorce?
Well, okay, so usually I lead with divorce. And when the person's like, "Oh, you got married so young," like whatever, and I'm like, "Well, yeah, I got cancer when I was 21 and he stayed with me," and that like expedited thing. So it kind of comes up naturally.
You're looking for a baggage handler.
It's like your TED Talk.
I'm not trauma dumping,
right?
Because it comes and goes very quickly. But I'm like, I don't want this man to stick around if he thinks this is too much.
Poorly, or
I've had some men react weirdly to the breast cancer thing.
Really?
Huh. Interesting. Yeah. That's
more that than the divorce.
I would say this is like once we move past the first date and have gone on to like me taking my shirt off.
I see. Interesting.
Okay, more that than the divorce.
The divorce doesn't seem to get much of a reaction. I feel like it is a very common thing.
Yeah, I guess at this point, right? Like half of everyone's parents.
What I kind of say is a divorce at my age was just a very expensive breakup. Yeah. Like an extremely,
honestly, it's
extremely expensive breakup.
All right, less expectations, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So besides a nice sweater and smelling good, what are some trends in fashion you would love to see guys lean into as we head into 2024?
Men's fashion. I feel like I have lost a little bit of I haven't been as up to date on men's fashion as I once was. Is there a similar thing as quiet luxury happening for men like it is for women?
Piana. Yeah, straight.
Okay.
Straight up. Cucinelli. Straight up.
I'm into that. And I
really,
I am. I've always kind of been someone who doesn't love labels.
Sure.
I thought it was very jarring when there was that period in like 2016, 17, 18 where everything just had like giant Balenciaga on it.
Yeah. Lawrence has a lot of words on him right now.
Yeah, but tasteful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, 5, 6, like 8 or 9 words.
They're all tasteful words.
But it has been kind of a nice palate cleanser for me to see a little bit of that dissipate.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I'm also kind of curious to see if this insane infestation of like vintage shops keeps happening. Yeah. Like,
you're in the heart of it.
I know. There's either a smoke shop or a vintage shop or both on every block in my neighborhood. And obviously they're the ones who are really excellent curators or whatever. But are these a front? Like, what's going on?
They're not a front because they are selling drugs, but they don't have the licenses. They don't have the licenses to sell drugs.
Wait, they sell drugs and the vintage stores?
No. The ZA stores.
Yeah, it's not just Rick and Morty bombs.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Actual bud.
Right.
Yeah.
But
vintage stores, I think, are just rich parents.
Got it. Okay, because there's one that opened like around the corner for me that I'm like, this stuff is like objectively ugly.
That's the point.
Yeah, but also like there's NYU kids in your neighborhood.
That's true.
Who either want the ugly stuff or don't have the taste to not want the ugly
How they're
stuff.
staying in business. Like, think of the ugliest pair of jeans you've ever seen, and if they charge a kid $300 who's then using his mom and dad's credit card, they're fucking good. They're good to go.
It has been interesting to watch friends of the pod revamp Madewell and J. Crew men's. I think that's been fun to see.
Mall brands.
And mall brands.
Yeah. And it's, I think,
cheap, quiet luxury.
Well, it's quiet luxury if you're poor.
Sure.
Sorry, not poor. That's classist.
You're money challenged.
If you're a broke boy.
If you're a
broke ass.
A broke ass.
And on the women's side, it has also just been interesting to see J. Crew kind of leaning into what maybe Revolve and some of the other internet first brands. Yeah.
Right?
Some of the internet first brands were doing with like the influencer trips where, you're seeing product in context. So they're shooting the catalog with the people on the press trip, which I think is a really good way to like drag out your length of time. You're like,
I was gonna say, make the budget stretch.
Yeah. But that has been interesting to watch.
What do you think of my pyramid of women's brands that are like of like cool girl shit, where it's like it's Phoebe Philo, right? The Row, and you got.
I would love a man to take me shopping at the Row. If anyone's listening to this,
Take
I don't know. I know.
Cozy, where you at? Katie? Kate?
Kate is great, but
Yeah?
the price is
Yeah,
it's
crazy.
insane. Like I went in the store semi recently on one of the nice days
For the cuck olive tree?
and it was just like, are you out? Like it's
Yeah.
Saint Laurent, Celine
Really?
level prices.
But
yeah.
just for like basic ass jeans.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, look, if I could afford to go to Celine and buy jeans and a blazer, I would.
Sure.
But I can't.
Right.
And I'm more of like, and I think I've talked about this on this pod before, but I'm definitely more current Celine than a Phoebe Philo Celine
Mhm.
devotee.
Did
Like
you want
that's
any
just
of the
not
new Phoebe?
it's just not for me.
Right.
I appreciate it on others, and I also am very petite, and like the things of Phoebe's that I've tried on swallow me. Like I can't do the whole Olsen thing. Like I've tried, but I'm not like petite.
expensive
I'm not
garbage
petite in the correct way, I guess.
Right.
Or
Well,
maybe this
don't
is
say that.
this is my confidence really coming out here. But yeah, no, it's just not for me.
Okay, so it's Phoebe
Yes.
/ the row
Yes.
up top. Then it's Kate.
Yes,
Kate?
Kate's great.
Okay, Kate. Totem.
All kind of the same thing. Yeah.
Gani.
Aritzia? You didn't mention.
Gani. No, not yet. Not
Oh.
there yet. Gani.
Okay.
Aritzia, Reformation, Kourtney Kardashian's jean brand.
Okay. Good American Chloe.
Good American Chloe. There it is.
That's the brand name?
Yeah, it's really bad.
The fuck?
Will you explain?
Oh, and then Brandy Melville at the
Okay.
bottom.
And then Brandy Melville.
Okay, I shop at Brandy Melville.
We
Still.
all shop at Brandy.
I mean, who amongst us has it?
I do feel like a very telling thing about that brand pyramid. It's like there's very high end, and then there's very low end, and there's almost nothing in between. And that therein lies
Oh yeah,
the
that's
problem.
because I don't fuck with mid. I'm
right,
high-low.
but like, where does someone like me shop? It's like
James
Where-
is in head to toe Brandy Melville with the big Phoebe coat right now, dude.
and the Kate bag.
Yeah.
so like.
The Kate olive
Nuts
tree.
hanging out the right side.
Where does an unemployed fashion enthusiast like myself buy clothes?
Oh, that's a great point.
Our legacy. I don't know.
So it's kind of
This
like
is like upper.
I have to look at the Acne Studios type of level, and I feel like there's things from there that I like. I like their jeans a lot, and I liked
But not const.
right. So it has been hard for me to shop. So I've been really leaning into trying to only shop vintage because I can get like a Burberry
stores on your corner.
No, like if I'm going to a different city, like I will make a
sure,
day,
totally.
and like I'm in LA, I'll go to the vintage stores that my friends will tell me about.
We're getting
And
merch
hit
at
the bins.
Yeah.
Get the merch at the
Um,
ZA store.
Right.
So yeah, I have found that over the past several years, I've not shopped a ton, and that's because the things I want and the things I know that are going to be good quality are perhaps
exist.
out of my price range.
Oh.
Or they already exist
Or
in
the-
a
yes.
vintage form.
Yeah. And
I need
Mhm.
in my unemployed state, I need to get better at eBay.
Mm.
oh, yeah, for
Do you
sure.
fuck with
dog.
Real or is that too fugazi?
I offload a lot of my stuff on the Real, but I haven't had a ton of luck shopping on there. I
Right.
return a lot.
What about Vestiaire?
I've actually never shopped on there before.
Okay. Maybe they should pay you for a little
Maybe
spot.
they
Yeah.
should.
And they could pay you in credit.
Yeah.
Alyssa, I want to talk about the big D, your divorce,
Okay.
not the penis. What was the biggest insight you gained from going through a divorce as someone in her mid-30s?
I actually learned
Early
a lot from my
30s.
divorce.
Early 30s.
Yes. I think I left my marriage when I was 30, 32, 33.
Same age Jesus was when he was fucking
Um,
crucified.
This is a
Died for our
hard
sins.
question, but I will just start talking and I'm
Let's
sure
go.
the wisdom will flow.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how it works.
Like the Nile.
You cannot help someone who will not help themselves.
Bars.
Big bar.
Love is not enough.
Bars.
That is like a real thing. And like, if love was enough, I would still be married. But I just think there's also a lot to be said for growing apart and growing in different directions.
Because you got married so young.
We did. And also like, you have, again, like what I was saying about how I want someone who's like stoked on me and proud of me and all of these things. It's hard to be, working really hard and have your partner not really proud of
Respect
you
what
or
you're doing.
respect you.
Yeah.
And like, I'm going to tell this story and it's a sad story.
Okay.
When I got my last job, I was at Fashionista and I got poached and I was really proud of myself. And it was like a huge like salary jump, a huge title jump, like all of these things. Like I called my mom was the first person I called. I called her crying. I was so happy, all these things. The next person I called was my ex-husband, obviously. he was like very happy for me. Do not get me wrong.
Mhm.
But cut to after I got divorced, my mom told me, Alyssa, I really wanted to send you like a beautiful bouquet of flowers when you got that job and like a congratulatory gift, but I knew your ex wasn't going to do anything and I didn't want to make him feel bad, so I didn't send you anything.
Damn.
So
You blocked your mom's shine.
Damn.
By blocking
that's
your
like
shine.
very real. And like you
Also,
can
listen,
be
we were going to send you a bouquet from Throwing Fits too, but we didn't want to.
I know.
Because I was like, your husband's not going to do
Um,
bullshit. He's
but
gonna do
like
shit. He's an
there's
asshole.
there's nothing lonelier than being in a bad relationship. And I think that is
That's a
why
bar.
I am so happy right now.
Is that the episode of the title of the episode? There's nothing lonelier than being in a bad relationship featuring. Oh,
Woo!
you're so happy right now.
Yes, I'm
That is
so-
a sad story that your mom couldn't show up for you like she wanted because she was like, well, this guy he's going to feel
a
some type of way
loser.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Did they
or-
ever side channel? And she was like, "Yo, bro, fucking step it up." Like,
Did
come
your
on.
parents like this guy?
No.
Oh, okay, there you go.
So, okay. Look, I don't want to say that it was always bad because it wasn't.
Mhm.
And like he stepped up for my family in a way that we would have never expected when I was sick and he was there. And
In a way you would never expect it because the expectations were
Because-
so low.
of an expectation of a 24-year-old frat
Okay.
boy,
Touche.
you know?
Touche. I'm hating.
So yeah, I think that, and I think this is going to sound really fucked up, but society tells women or people, like, you look for someone who is going to be there for you in sickness and in health and all of this stuff. And like, he fit that description. So
Quite
like
literally, yeah.
when a lot of things, when the wheels started to like fall off,
Mm-hmm.
there was that echo in my marriage, like, but I
Mm.
stayed with you when I had cancer and this and that. And like, it's,
Guilt
that's
trip.
not a reason to stay with someone. And also like, you should be here for me also now.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. I'm with you.
And I think for whatever reason, and there are some reasons I don't want to get into here, but like we grew very much apart. We were living separate lives. We would
Mhm.
spend almost every day and night apart. The reason I got my dog was because I was so lonely
Yeah.
and I wanted someone to be happy to see me when I got home and like someone to be there when I woke up in the morning.
Right.
And I love her to death, but you know, like
A dog's not a person.
a dog's not a person. And I know
They're
I
better.
I
How dare
deserve
you? Yeah,
they are, but also I deserve
Right.
someone who's gonna like be there for me and show up for me and also just like be kind
Yeah.
and be honest and not lie to me and cover up shit. And I don't know. It was unhealthy and it was taking a real toll on me. And it was hard and scary, but I left and thank God I had a great support system.
Right.
Yeah,
The
it
therapist
really
you dumped?
not. Well, yeah, she was. Oh my gosh,
And
she
the friends and
definitely
fam
saved
also.
my life
A few times.
a few times.
Good for her.
But yeah, my parents were like there in a heartbeat. They let me live with them while I got my like act together.
Mhm.
Because I will say I was in like a little bit of a coma there for a while. It was like I was not well.
Right.
Yeah, so I learned a lot, but also I just know that like I don't have to. This is going to sound crazy because like I should have
No, it
known
doesn't.
that I don't have to put up with this kind of shit, but
Right.
like you don't
But when
have
you're
to
so
put up
in it.
with that, right? Just because you took a
hard to see the
vow,
forest
or
from the
just
trees.
because just because you took a vow, or because you like made promises to each other, that doesn't mean like you have to stand by while someone is like
Right.
Big shit.
fucking up your shit.
Is that your biggest piece of advice you give to someone that's maybe on the cusp of marriage or is married already? It's like
Yeah.
you don't have to put up with.
I
the
think my
bullshit?
biggest piece of advice is you deserve happiness. And if it's
Mm.
not in your relationship, then find it elsewhere.
through
Yeah.
copying clothes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hindsight really
Fill the
is
void
2020.
Fill the
Yeah.
void elsewhere.
Yeah, but don't go to, if you're a man who needs the void filled, don't go to Alyssa's DMs because we've already established
Yeah, no.
it's not
Right,
there.
right.
Uh-uh.
It ain't happening for you,
Yeah.
fucking loser.
It's not.
Instead of there, go to
Shape up, ship out,
go to the Essence sale instead.
just jerk off.
Wait, Alyssa. So let's stop looking backwards. Let's look forward for a little bit. Like, do you have a New Year's resolution that we are going to check in a year from now and make sure that you've held yourself to it?
Yeah, I think my New Year's resolution is that for the first time ever, I'm going to bet on myself.
Mm.
Like, I feel like I need to stop being so sheepish and
Mm.
like
No more pussy shit.
If I think about it, I really have done some crazy shit over the past 10 years. And I have been in rooms with people who I would have never expected to be in rooms with. And I don't think I really give myself enough credit. And I've done a lot of interesting things and I've written some really smart things. And I don't know, I think kind of like we were talking about before, my divorce really, I don't know if my divorce confidence hit was worse than my layoff one.
Oh,
I think
shit.
so. Yes. For different reasons, obviously,
Right.
but like,
It is kind of baffling just to hear you not consider yourself the legend that we do and that we know that
that's so sweet.
and the audience and other people in the industry do. So it is just like there's like a disconnect here.
Right. But I also just kind of think I am uncomfortable with self-promotion, which is why I really wanted to come back on here and kick the machine into gear. But yeah, divorce really shattered my confidence in a way that, you know, it also, since we're being vulnerable here, we're just going to say it. It's like, you know, I had breast cancer. I was married. I have to date now. And like, I've had a mastectomy. And that's like a really fucking weird thing to have to go into a new relationship dealing with. So I think I've kind of come on the other side of that. But also it kind of makes you feel unlovable in certain ways or this, that, and the other. And then getting laid off from your job, it's like, do I suck at my job? Am I stupid? You know, I'm not worthy of employment or like whatever. So
Fuck them jobs.
I know those are just setbacks and life is just a series of setbacks. So
It truly is.
Life is a highway.
And then you die.
yeah. Hopefully sooner rather than later. No, I'm joking. But yeah, I think I'm going to go into 2024 with just like, let's fucking do this. Like, I'm cool. I'm great. I'm funny. I'm pretty. Let's get this money.
Bang.
Yeah.
So
Let's get me a boyfriend.
So what do you do?
money, boyfriend,
Bags.
Yes.
confidence.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What are you doing then? Maybe in your personal life, maybe in like the professional sense. What are we doing to get the mind right to make sure that mindset is fucking locked in for next year?
I feel like I've been doing a lot of socializing with people who I don't know that well,
Oh, nice.
like making new friends. That's been
Is that hard as an adult?
no,
Damn.
It's actually quite easy.
it is. I feel
See, at the
okay.
afters.
Another thing that was a side effect of my divorce. You know that scene in American Psycho where Patrick Bateman and Reese Witherspoon are breaking up, and she's like, well, you can't break up with me. Like, my friends are your friends.
Right.
But he's like, you can have them. That was me in my divorce. So
Oh,
I had to
hell
make
yeah.
all new friends.
But you were also
I had
like,
already friends. I had friends.
but you were like, you can take. I'm good.
No, I mean, there are some that I miss, and I feel like there's a weird bro code going on between my ex and his friends who are married to a lot of the friends in that group.
Okay.
So like, I can't really see them if the boys are around. But like, they
Fellas
don't
take
really make
precedence.
time for me, and
No,
that's
bros are
fine. And
hoes.
like,
Yeah.
they have kids, and you know, I've just kind of had to really lean into new friendships, and
Who's
it's been beautiful. The friends I've
That's
made
great.
in the last like 2 years, I would say, are some of the best
Who's your-
friends I've had.
Who's your best friend?
I don't think I have a best friend, but I have a lot of a handful of wonderful friends who I trust
You know
with all of my secrets.
You know who's your best friend?
me,
That girl, I was
Leche.
gonna say that girl staring back at you in the mirror. That
Me.
no, that woman, and also
Yes,
obviously Leche.
Leche.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had to do that, and also just kind of like here, I'm being extremely vulnerable on this
Yeah, this is
podcast, and I feel like that has attracted the right type of person
Oh,
into my life because,
For
like,
sure.
Empaths.
I don't really like to be friends with someone and try to get to know them, and like they don't reveal anything personal about themselves because they have this like perfectly curated image that they don't want someone to
Oh,
get behind,
please.
or they're too cool, or this or that.
That's what close
like-
friends is for.
But also, it's just like, what's the point of me like sitting here and having this heart to heart with you if you
Totally. No,
reveal
no,
nothing,
yeah,
and that sucks.
that's
so,
just a waste of time,
but yeah, I
especially
think
if we're not even fucking after.
I think kind of just letting people see the real me post divorce, like very early on in a friendship, and them liking that, that's built me back up. And
Hell
also,
yeah.
I work out a lot, and I just feel in peak physical condition.
What's your
Let's
workout?
go,
What's your
dude.
workout regimen?
Pilates twice a week and SoulCycle 2 or 3 times a week, but that's gonna have to go.
Yeah, that's
Unless
How much is
SoulCycle
SoulCycle?
starts gifting me classes, which I will do SoulCycle SpawnCon.
How much
Call
is
me.
a SoulCycle class these days? 'Cause was
Well,
on,
I
like, my
buy them
SoulCycle
in
shit a little-
bulk,
Okay.
and they are creeping up in price. I think even when I buy them in bulk, it evens out to like 33 or 34
God
class.
damn.
Really?
But it holds me
It's at least
accountable. Like I
1.5
go.
salads.
Years ago, when I was on my SoulCycle shit years ago, it was like $35 a lesson. So it really hasn't
it-
changed that much, has it?
I do feel like maybe when there was too much boutique fitness, it kind of got down a little bit because the demand was like
They
Right,
the
that's just
supply
economics.
was, but
Economics, whatever.
I used to go to SoulCycle classes and I would be on like right at noon to sign up or I would get shut out. But almost none of the classes I take are full now.
Is working out and getting the endorphins from that, all confidence aside, is that something that like is a tip that you would give to someone who's maybe like going through? It's like fucking
Oh my
get
God.
physical.
Yeah. Again, like I said, raw dogging this thing off without therapy. And I've been like, and also
Raw dogging reality.
without, I've been really careful not to lean too much. Like I will fully admit that like the first 2 weeks after I got laid off, I smoked a lot of
Oh,
weed.
damn.
Like I don't really remember those 2 weeks that much.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, dude.
but
Regular old Snoop
Yeah.
D-O-double-G
Other
over
than
here.
that, like I've been really
Number one
trying
customer at
not
the
to
Zot
like.
store.
A lot of people want to take you to drinks after you get laid off. So
Yeah.
like I did that for a while, but then I was like, I can't be drinking martinis 3 nights a week. Like I'm gonna feel like shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel very, very good about recommending you just get moving. Like it
Right.
has kept me pretty level.
Get
like,
moving.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively, right? Like
Yeah.
on a stationary bike, in your mind,
Yeah.
on a Pilates, what are those
also
things called? Machine?
Reformers.
Reformers.
But I
Get
also
off your
like
stationary bike because you ain't going nowhere.
I also like classes like SoulCycle because they blast music really loud and you can get out of your head. Like if
zone out.
you want to go hear the Addison Rae EP like a crazy
No, I do
volume,
not. Thank
go
you
to
for asking.
SoulCycle.
Yeah.
My favorite activity.
Right. All right. Well, it seems like Alyssa really is getting her groove back.
That's
And
what we hope.
Speaking of grooves,
Oh God.
it is time to get to the next topic of the podcast,
Oh,
which is
fuck.
called Daddy.
Wait, didn't we cover this with dating and divorce?
We have for the past hour, but we want to have specific questions for you that need,
Okay.
that need
Yeah.
to be answered.
All right.
Yeah.
I forgot about this
Sucking
one.
and fucking.
Meats and cheeks.
Sex and dating.
What is the way? And I
Yeah.
don't think, even though we've talked about dating and your love life, past, present, future, we haven't really hit at the literal heart of it. What is the way to Alyssa Vingan's heart?
What is the way to my heart?
Besides through your cardiovascular system.
Yeah. Okay. I need a second.
That's fine. Some people say cooking,
You gotta
humor.
cook good, laugh good, fuck good,
Okay.
eat good.
Humor is super important to me. I really need somebody who's going to make me laugh.
But no goofies.
No, life gets tough, obviously. And like, if you
You
can't
don't say.
laugh with the person that you're
Right.
with, like, it is going to be a long, hard road.
Life is a highway. I want to travel all
I want
night
someone
long.
who, like I said, is someone who shows up for themselves and has their
Mhm.
shit together and also is just really, really stoked on me. I want someone who feels lucky to be breathing the same air as me
Damn.
every day. And I want someone that when they look at me, they could be looking at Cindy Crawford. Like that's
Damn.
how I want
Cindy Crawford.
to feel.
You want
Not-
someone to
not-
Kaya Gerber.
not Kaya Gerber, yeah, I
Okay,
was gonna
Kaya
say.
Gerber. Sorry.
You want someone to drink your bath water, is what you're saying.
Kinda.
Slurp it up. Slurp it up.
You see Saltburn?
Oh, I did.
Yes.
Well, fuck
Lordy
that grave.
is so hot though.
So hot.
So
Do you think I
hot.
can pull off an eyebrow stud?
Yeah.
All right, hell yeah, let's go.
I really wanted one of those when I was a teenager. My mom made me promise to never pierce anything on my face.
Really?
Oh.
Did you go through like a 2000s pop punk goth girl thing? Because I know like obviously
I
you love it
did.
now.
Like I was wearing like giant Good Charlotte sweatshirts to
Wow.
school for
Hot
a
Topic
minute.
VIP
Yeah.
customer over here.
Uh-huh.
neckties all Avril.
My mom wouldn't let me pierce anything on my face, but she
Oh,
let
bitch.
me like get all these
Right,
crazy
right.
whole like she took me to this oceanfront like piercing shop in Virginia Beach
Oh, God.
with this man with like huge gauges. Yeah.
How much Hep C did you get?
Shout
from
out
that?
fucking Virginia
None,
Beach,
because
dude.
he was a really lovely man.
Oh.
I forget his name.
What was the worst?
First
Looking
at
back, what was the
beach
personal
with
style
the
phase you went through
$1
that like
piercings.
made you cringe the hardest?
Oh, I was like super into the denim mini skirt from Hollister with the Uggs, like the calf length Uggs.
The shit that
I
people are
rode
wearing
hard
again
for
now.
that. Like Kristen Cavallari core, super into that. Back to what I look for in a man.
Yes. Your heart.
I just
Humor.
Yeah, and I just want someone who's
Appreciation.
generally like a happy person. I feel like I've generally attracted in men who have like a dark cloud of gloom following them, like
shit.
Eeyore vibes. But not to go.
She wasn't dating donkey.
Yeah. Damn, they were going Eeyore core?
I want someone who's happy.
damn.
Like considering I've been through some shit, like I generally have
Ditch the
like,
donkeys and get a golden retriever. Dude.
yeah, I want one of those. Like I'm pretty happy. And I feel like I've been told I have good energy and I'm looking for that as well. Like I don't want someone who's going to bring me down when I see that.
I know a couple feel good guys. Maybe I'll send a little setup your way.
Please do.
I'm thinking of a certain guy who's nice on the sticks. Little golfer bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But he doesn't live in New York.
But
But he's in and out.
yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
I
They're
just
like the same height.
and I also think
Do you have a wait? Did we do height requirement?
I don't have one.
Oh.
Is there such thing as too short or too tall?
Well, I'm 5'3".
Okay.
So if a
That
man
is
is 5'8", like that's fine.
Yeah. I've seen you with a couple below average height kings on your arm in the past.
My ex-husband, I think what he says he was 5'9".
Oh.
I never fact checked
You
that.
never saw his driver's license. Anything else for?
But yeah, I think a little bit of thoughtfulness goes a long way.
Fellas,
kind of going
use your
back
brain.
to what I was
Not that
saying,
one.
the story I told about my mom and my job that I got. Make the person you're with feel special every once in a while.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't take a lot.
Right.
If you're at a,
Should be like that guy in Love Is Blind who bought flowers for his fiance every Monday.
I haven't watched that.
They
Should I?
didn't end up together.
Oh,
Well,
wah, wah.
this past
Spoiler.
season was mid.
But yeah, the person you're with should feel like you are choosing them every day. And like we were talking about with the IG, like the grass is always greener. There's always some other girl you can be flirting with. But like, I want to feel like I am the one that you choose to flirt with only.
So let's say you ditch the Eeyores. We got a positive guy. He's of any height known to man, and you're feeling it, right? And we're on date 3.
Yeah.
What is Alyssa's slutty go-to third date fit?
I really don't dress slutty on dates. Maybe that's part of my problem.
Denim skirt and Uggs.
Yeah.
No,
Extra soggy.
Whoa, who ordered up Kristen Cavallari?
if it's in the summer, I'll wear like a mini skirt.
Sundress?
No, I'm not a sundress girl, but like I know
Damn, maybe that's your
men love a sundress, but like
Jeez.
I'm more of like a mini skirt type of lady. I'll wear like a bodysuit and jeans in the winter. Maybe like a low cut top with a cardigan open.
Ooh.
I just don't have a lot of slutty clothes.
Okay. So let's say
I went through a corset phase a year or two ago.
how'd that go?
It was fine.
That hurt?
No.
I just got Skims, right?
Like meow corsets.
All right, well, for
I wasn't like copying the Vivian Westwood real
right.
stuff,
No,
which
for
I
sure.
wish I would have.
course.
There's always still time.
there's
Yeah,
no time.
absolutely.
For any potential suitors, let's say that they don't have a mutual that can set them up. Let's say that they are a good-looking fella who is happy and has their shit together and is funny.
Has a full sleeve.
How if they can't slide into the DMs because that's kind of an automatic.
Okay, so you can slide into the DMs, but I will say, like, you will not get free attention from me.
Right.
Like, you maybe will get like a little bit of banter. Like, there are men who like every single one of my IG stories, but have never once tried to talk to me. And I'm just like, are
Who
you
are those
kidding
guys?
me?
Name them.
No.
I feel like I feel like this is maybe the lack of confidence coming up. What's going to happen is there's going to be a bunch of people that are going to want to give you confidence. So what's the etiquette? How do they approach?
Just don't be like thirsty. Try to tailor your thirst to the person who you are giving it to.
Okay.
So like, I don't know, mention something that you thought that I don't know, that was funny that I said, or made you change the way you thought about
Good
something.
joke, queen.
Or, no, I just feel like people online cast a wide net, and I think it's very obvious.
Yeah.
And I generally am more I am more apt to reply to a DM if you've been following me for a while. And like, I feel like I'm pretty funny on like IG stories or whatever.
Sure.
So like, if you get a sense of my personality and you can like shoot the shit with me, I'm really into that.
Should we leave
pretty
with
quickly?
a fire emoji react? Yay or nay? Okay.
No. Here's a question that I think a lot of people would like to know, maybe would like to find out for themselves. Let's be honest. How much pop punk music is on your sexy time playlist?
0.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually,
It's all John Mayer.
I'm actually not a big like, let's turn on music girl.
No one is. No one is.
Thank you. That's the whole pod
I leave
agrees.
that up to the man. Like if you're like into that, fine. Like,
Freedom.
Give me something to break. Like
Just
a
one of
bat.
those days.
Yeah.
like if there's, I don't know if I would get like so
Well, I guess
turned
that was-
off
that
or
was
like
such a good
out of
Fred
it.
Durst.
Yeah.
Out of it.
Sorry.
I actually listened to Limp Bizkit yesterday, so it's funny that you said that. But
$3 hot dog water. Or
no.
Alyssa did
What was
it
the
all
one
for
Break
the
Stuff's
nookie.
on?
Uh,
Is that Chocolate Starfish?
No, I think that's
it's
$3
on
bill.
It's on the
Okay.
$3
The next
bill,
one.
y'all. The
Yeah.
debut.
So that was what I was listening to on my walk yesterday. I lost my train of thought here, but yeah, like
we all did.
Fucking a blink.
I will leave that up to, because I also don't invite men to my house.
Oh,
I
because of
will,
Leche?
no,
You don't wanna
I
get
just like, you
attached?
don't get to be in my house.
Ooh.
Right. You got to earn that.
Yeah.
How are the fellas doing in terms of interior decoration these days? Is it like do they have bed
Bleak.
frames? Yeah, is it bleak?
Yes, I've never,
Streetwear toys?
I have yet to visit a man's house without a bed frame.
Thank
How many
God.
streetwear toys have you seen in your single days?
Honestly, none, except
Thank
like
God.
coming over to a friend's house who might have.
What? Stop trying to find
No,
a streetwear toy.
I
already.
know.
They're done.
I am. I was trying, but I've been here
That's an
before. I
MF
know
Doom match.
that.
That's art, okay?
I know. I know.
This kind of got mentioned and then maybe glossed over because we were just getting so fucking deep. But I want to take it back to a superficial level. Considering your current status of unemployment,
Yeah.
how important is it that a guy, or maybe regardless of where you're at in life, how important is it for the guy to pick up the bill on the first date, whether it's dinner or drinks?
I will be so turned off if you don't
Yeah,
pick up the bill.
I think that's the craziest thing is a guy that is trying to go split skis or anything like that. Like, what do you think?
And
brother?
again, I think it goes
No
back.
comment.
It
Love.
goes back to more
No
like
comment.
you invited me here. I am taking time out of my day to spend time with you.
Is he
like
not doing the same?
he asked me out.
Oh, true.
What
If
were you
I
gonna
asked
say?
him out, I feel like there could be more of a conversation of like, should we split it?
Oh,
But I don't ask men out.
Oh. Mm.
oh,
Maybe I should.
Yeah,
Maybe you
that's
should.
what.
Maybe this is what I'm
That's
going to
maybe
get
how you get your
constructive
groove.
criticism.
I mean, we could just
Yeah.
throw it on there. What was your thought on this?
No, I was joking. I always say, I got this. Let me get this. And then when she says, "Oh no, like it's cool, we can split it," I'm just like, "You can get the next one.
Shouty, I got you.
Yeah.
That's what Jake.
You get,
I like that.
you can get the next location." And then she doesn't.
Oh.
But then she doesn't because then I get it.
Because then I ghost her.
Well,
Picked up the
No,
bill and then
no,
I
no,
ghost
no,
her. Alyssa, how much money don't you make?
Yes.
oh well, I make $0 right
Okay.
now.
But the savings are looking robust. We don't need to get into figures, but
and
yeah.
like I got severance, and I'm
Unemployment?
I haven't filed yet, but
Oh.
Dude, free fucking hack. What are you doing?
Yo, did you get skimped out on severance, or can we not talk about this?
I mean, I feel like we can. I think
You
I
got a fair
deserved
shake.
more, but
yeah,
you know,
that's how I felt. Too.
How are you not filing for uninsurance or unemployment though? It is free money.
I know I just
It's
haven't
America,
like.
baby.
There's a few things I haven't gotten around to yet, and that is one of them. We're still okay. We're still only like 2 months
We're
out.
processing. We're processing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how recent it really was.
Yeah.
Felt
I saw
longer?
you
I don't
two a bunch of times the week prior to my layoff.
And I mean,
And we've seen you since, but yeah.
Right. But
Wait.
also we like you
Was that right before when we were at that dinner?
Yeah, but
Okay.
also none of us saw
Oh,
that coming.
fuck,
I'm
no.
sure.
That dinner was for another. We had another purpose for that dinner.
I know.
That was
Yeah.
great.
That
It was a
honest-
great dinner.
Honestly, it was the best dinner I've ever
Yeah.
had in my life.
Yeah, best brand dinner of all time.
It really was.
So, what do you like to spend your money on these days besides like the essentials of like rent, your dog?
I know, like I
the
mentioned
gym,
this
Pilates.
before. I spend a lot of I look low maintenance, but I'm very high. Like it costs a lot of money to look like this. Laser facials, regular facials, Botox. I get lip
girl
filler
loves
once
a facial.
year. I get
Lip
keratin
fillers?
treat. Yeah,
How big?
I get less than a syringe in my lip, and then we put the rest in. We fill in some wrinkles around my mouth.
Okay.
Oh,
But
Doesn't hurt.
one syringe of filler is still like $700 or
You
something.
pay by the syringe? Is that how the unit?
The
cost?
unit,
Okay.
baby. It's like gambling. We do it in
And
units, bro.
I would
It's gambling
say
for girls.
for those who aren't
Girl gambling.
for those who aren't as well versed in filler, I would say in order to have like noticeably plumper lips, you need at least a syringe and a half, maybe 2. So
Alright,
I just do a little bit because I like
Once
how
you
it
start,
looks.
can you not stop? Like, is it one of those where?
Oh no, I've gone without. The
Okay.
last time I got it was in the summer. And the
Oh,
last time I got
last.
Botox was in, I think, July. Well, the thing about Botox that's fun and filler is like the more you exercise, the quicker it metabolizes, so it doesn't last.
Oh,
So it's like all of the
damned if
things
you
that
do, you're damned if you don't.
if you do, you're damned if you don't. You have to choose between your ass and your face when you get older. That's
Woo.
what they say.
Damn, dude.
I choose the ass.
Well, I ain't got no ass, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
that's
looking
true.
like handsome Squidward in T-minus
The one
2 years.
thing I'm really glad I did, because like I said, I was being very careful with money because I think subconsciously I knew something was going to happen, is I took myself on a trip to Italy this summer to visit my friend Jenny.
Your eat,
Shout
pray,
out
love
Jenny.
shit.
Yeah, who's also a beautiful single woman. And we went to Portofino for a long weekend, and had like a lovely time.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I got to do that because I don't know if there's a European trip in my future.
We
this
cruising for
summer.
some fucking greasy fucking.
No, we were
Giuseppe's?
not cruising.
No?
We were eating and drinking and chain smoking.
Looking
On
And,
your
for
White Lotus
slippery Luigi. That sounded a
but
bit.
Jenny
That was
got
White Lotus.
Jenny got invited to kind of a funny little press trip that the Belmond Hotel in Portofino was having. Maybe the most beautiful
Iconic.
property I've ever seen in my life. But we had like a lovely dinner with Harry Lambert, the stylist, and his partner. Like we just had like a great time.
That sounds.
The girls and the gays.
That sounded.
It was
like
perfect.
The best possible thing, like
Yeah.
for that time. Yeah.
Yeah, they took us on like a boat cruise. Yeah, it was wonderful.
Okay.
Well, Alyssa, you are in the process of getting groove back. Step 1, come on Throwing Fits, the only podcast that matters.
That was step 1.
Step 2, question mark. Step 3, profit. We would like to see you do so much better than you ever were before. And we think you're on your way. And we would love to offer some constructive criticism
This is why I came here
that
today.
we think could
Yeah.
take you truly to the next level. Take it or leave it. How
Do
it
I
fits you,
start
take
an
it.
OnlyFans?
I mean,
Has it ever
how rich are you trying to get, bro?
Yeah. Trying to be a millionaire or or a centimillionaire?
Yeah. Trying to be a billionaire?
Has that thought ever crossed your mind?
Yeah.
Not in earnest.
No,
No,
like, what about selling
I am
feet
too
pics?
What about
shy.
What about
Feet
feet
pics?
pics?
A fun fact about me is that I have a wiki feet page. I don't know who started it,
Oh, let's
but
see
I
the
feel like there
fucking score.
might be a future
Do you
in
know
me
your
selling
score?
feet pics. No, I would like Lawrence to find out right now and
Is it
share it.
under your previous, like your married name?
We can do, but we
Just
can
Vingan.
search both. I don't know. I do not know who made this.
Okay, hold on. Let's see here. Here we go. Alyssa Vingan.
Am I on there?
You are, and you're currently
Oh, no.
4 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
Which
I
means,
need to
which
step it
means
up.
Nice feet.
Yeah.
gotta
How
step
many
it up.
photos are on there?
I don't.
I'm going.
Are they just like ID screen?
Yo, dude, there's okay. There are. You have 12.
So,
There's 12.
feet
There's
pics
12
is-
photos.
Damn.
Feet pics is how I'm going to pay my rent starting in March.
Honestly,
Okay.
All right. You have 26 total votes.
All
Okay?
work is sex
You
work.
want the real shit?
Yeah.
Your full breakdown. All right.
Are there like reviews?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes. All right. Okay. Well, no, not like. But all right. Of the 26 total votes,
Okay.
8 people said you have beautiful feet. That's as
Aw,
high as
thanks,
5 stars.
guys.
It's like
8
a
people
third.
said you had nice feet.
Okay.
Another third.
7 people said you had okay feet.
Mm.
1 person said you had bad feet. And
Hater.
2 people said you have ugly
That's
feet.
some hater shit right there.
Yeah.
I know my feet are cute. And I did ballet for a very long time, and it is a miracle that my feet are not more fucked up.
Do you want to show your feet for the camera so that people can pay extra money? to
This
see
is
them?
what's out there. These
Oh, these
from
are
your
all
Instagram, right?
old. Yeah. These
Oh,
are
shit.
like
why
yeah.
don't you
So
sh-
no one has updated my wiki feed in like 6 years, it looks like.
Alyssa, why don't you show your feet for the camera so that
I'm
the
not gonna-
editors of the WikiFeed page have to
Mhm.
subscribe to the Patreon
Ooh.
to take the screen grabs, and then that way they update the WikiFeed page. You get new reviews. You got a demand.
I'll
for
think
some
about it.
paid content.
I'll
Just
think
saying.
about it. Okay.
Just saying.
Is that your CC officially?
No, my official CC
Okay.
was go in house for Kylie Jenner or Kris Jenner and just run their content.
Okay.
Easy said than done.
I don't know if I said this on mic or off, but I've heard that they don't pay that whole
You
family.
said that on
Like
mic.
they don't pay
Okay.
that well, or they don't pay. Period.
I think it would be like a less than 100K situation.
Damn.
And that's not
I mean, how do you think they
not
got? How do you think
Full
they got?
time?
mhm.
How do you think they got rich?
Yeah, true.
a good solid point there.
What if you get like a discount,
Slave
like their filler spot? their filler doctor?
Still not really
Not
worth it.
All
Working full time for the. I feel like working for
devil.
any Jenner Kardashian owned property would be a very hard and
For the
stressful
fucking devil.
job.
All right.
So
Okay. That's good advice. All right. Originally, I was going to be like, you should become the editor-in-chief of our newsletter, The Thursday Dumper, now on Fridays on patreon.com/throwingfits.
It's a link
But-
dump.
But we alluded to the best brand dinner of all time. And I say this with this is a completely sincere, earnest thing. And I watched both of you guys have an extremely radically honest, fully open,
I
emotionally
knew he was
vulnerable
going to bring this up.
conversation between
We
adults.
lasted an hour and 50 minutes.
And it was so productive. And I didn't feel like I was watching a train wreck, or I felt like a fly on the wall of real positive growth between adults. And I just think that you should continue with the radical honesty, because as far as I can tell, it's only done wonders and positive things for all parties involved. It was great.
I will say this, and I feel like I've said this to like some close friends and my parents, but like if money was truly no object, I think I would just go back to school and maybe become a therapist.
Hell yeah.
And just like,
What would you focus on? Relationships?
no, I don't know. I didn't study psychology in school, so I would kind of wait for that to like find me.
You could also have that typical college experience. You just fuck your way through campus.
As a PhD student?
Yeah, why not? Which you weren't able to.
Bunch of fucking
Oh,
nerds.
because you
Which you weren't
I
able
don't
to
know.
at undergrad.
Yeah.
They're trying to fuck your mind.
But also that was just
sex.
like healthy communication.
Yeah, honestly.
But I will say I learned a lot of that in the aftermath of my divorce. Like essentially what getting divorced is a series of like guts on the floor conversations.
No, Rodrigo.
And
Bar on the floor.
It's bad.
It's also after a few glasses of red wine.
Bad.
For sure.
A few mall
But
bets.
yeah, I will also, for any potential suitors out there, I will like never raise my voice. I will never
No.
embarrass you. Like
No.
I'm just a solid communicator.
Down-ass chick.
Yeah, like you will never have to worry about drama with me.
Yeah.
But I will also tell you to go fuck yourself, and I will
If you
leave.
deserve it, especially.
I will leave and I will stay gone. You will never hear from me again.
Gone, girl.
I've never I've never once texted.
Girl, she gone.
I've never once drunk texted an ex ever.
She gone, girl.
Damn.
Or texted an ex.
Just period.
Period.
Fire.
Because she gone. Girl.
Girl gone.
Alyssa, what would you like to plug? Where can all
Yeah.
of the piggies follow
I'm
you?
plugging
Go off.
myself because
Yeah.
I have nothing else to plug,
Plug
and I'm
yourself,
looking
girl.
straight at the camera for this.
Oh, shit, that sounded bad.
Wait, what?
I said plug
Girl,
yourself,
you
girl.
done unplugged yourself.
Girl, plug yourself.
I just dropped my phone.
Yeah.
It happens.
Okay. So I'm plugging myself. I'm available
Nice.
for all hired work. I'm
Not
also
all.
not
hard
all.
work.
all
That's that
God.
plug
Oh,
talk.
whew.
All work is
Um,
sex work, though.
That's a fact.
Yes, that is famously Larry's philosophy. Also,
Yeah, I came up with that one.
I'm open to talking to people about all sorts of opportunities. Also, like if you want to go on a date with me,
Oh,
Don't fuck
I'm
it up.
single, but don't
Oh.
fuck it up because you.
she open for business. She ready to stand on business.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm I'm kind of at a blank slate period in my life, and
Blank page.
get
Is that
in,
a late
get in
blank
on the
space?
ground floor.
Oh,
This is your opportunity.
Get in while the getting is good.
Yeah, that's honestly how I feel.
Jordan Wolf right
Like,
here.
don't miss
she
the
ain't
boat.
going nowhere.
Don't miss the boat.
Don't miss the
Belfort.
Belfort.
You are the Wolf of Wall
I
Street.
also am just gonna say, like, getting in on the ground floor, something that I'm happy about going into 2024 and just leaving 2023. When shit like this happens to you, when you get laid off, you get divorced, you see who's there for you.
Ooh.
And like,
And
there are
wait.
some people who didn't check on me once, not a call, not an email, not a DM, people who I thought liked me and cared about me and were my friends.
They
And,
aren't who we thought they were.
I don't
Did we
forget.
text you? We texted you.
I don't forget.
You texted us.
When it
Oh yeah,
comes
we
to
talked,
the
we
showdown,
texted, but you invited me on the,
the
pod.
boys will be there.
But yeah, like
Thank
just,
God that dinner happened the day or the week before you got laid off.
But yeah,
Would've gone down the same way.
I think
to be
so too.
honest. I don't think.
I think so too. It would not have. But
Stop looking at me like that,
yeah,
Lawrence.
look, it's water under the bridge,
No,
baby.
no.
Growth.
You're a gem. You're a peach. We
but
couldn't be happier
again-
to par with you.
Couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah.
A girl never forgets.
Oh, like
shit.
a goddamn
So-
elephant.
Like Arya Stark.
That is just something I'm going to put here.
All right. Well, that's a great place to end the podcast.
I think
Yeah.
so too.
Thank you for coming on to
Thanks for having me.
the only podcast.
Thanks
that
for
matters.
having your unemployed friend on the
Podcast.
pod.
At 2
p.m. on
Therapy.
a Tuesday.
I mean, like, look, I don't have anywhere else to be.
This is what your unemployed friend is doing at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. Alyssa, thank you again.
You're the
Chef,
best.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you forever.
take us out, Chef.